The work to the call. I was kind of getting into the music that was playing there, and this is music for the video. Today we are talking about two of the biggest sales of the year and two of my favorite companies. That would be Criterion and Imprint Films. I think that out of a lot of the labels these are two of the premier labels that are putting out stuff like no other company. We have the Film School in a box, and the company that gives us some of the biggest sets that are imaginable, and a lot that we probably couldn't even imagine. Looks like we got some comments here already, so let's check those out before we look at the sale, give some recommendations, and hopefully get some questions answered from you. There. Just want to say hi to Black Gloves, to Rafe, and to William. We're all here. Doing pretty good there. Rafe, I picked up my sale items today. So it looks like Black Gloves got Unibaba, good title, The Big Heat, which I absolutely adore, Wages of Fear, and La Samurai. My better half would be very proud of you. She loves La Samurai. Keynote is having a noir sale. It's noir November, so November. So that's got to be some really cool stuff there as well. Hey there, William. Hey there, Rafe. Hey there, Alan. Alan has been he's been the most active member of the Discord. And even that's a thread there, under the radar thread, which is really cool. If you become part of my Discord, I apologize. I got a lozenge in so I can make this video. Then you'll see Alan's work on there because he does a lot of great stuff. Do I have Studio Canal? Not Studio Canal Australia. I'm going to do some Studio Canal UK stuff. Blu-ray, yes. 4K, no. I did do my imprint order, my very first imprint sale order. So I went back and forth on hey, Culture Vultures, welcome, man. On what I was going to get and if I was going to be able to get anything. But I'll be completely hypocritical if I keep looking at these sales and I never pick anything up that I'll be able to unbox, watch, and show you guys. So tonight I put my money where my mouth was. I ordered from the imprint sale. Now I couldn't order to hit that free shipping threshold like I wanted to. You can't always do that, but my better half asked me, is there anything there in that sale that you want enough that you'd pay the shipping costs for? Because the shipping cost from Australia is pretty high. So I really had to think about it. I strongly thought about it. I looked at different options. I put in a few sets. I put in a few singles. And I was like, can I do this? And I kept putting things through in my head. And I'm like, this is not going to work. I'm not going to be able to get what I want. And then I saw something that changed it all. Something that intrigued me. And I'll explain. It says going to prove your collection. That's true. What did you pick up in Kino? 50 pickup. Love 50 pickup. Really neat thing. Glover. John Glover's like, for me, it's the star of that one. As you go through, I'm not sure how much you know about adult cinema, but there's quite a few adult actors in the film. See if you can pick them out if you know the type of films. Shoot Beyond the Door, Touch of Evil is great. The Web, I'm Madman. I'm Madman was in the Kino sale. Pretty cool. So what did I choose? Well, some of you guys know because you follow me on Discord or you follow my Facebook Cult Cinema page. But let's look. So I knew that there was some Black Friday stuff. I went back and forth. I looked at the 33 for 40. I looked at the 3 for 130. I mixed and matched. I looked at the 50% off. Looked at 80% off. I looked at the box sets and I realized I want to get some stuff that I love. I had none. I had no film focus. I had no directed by. And I'm like, I kind of need to get some of that stuff. And I thought about it. And then I went to bundles. I knew bundles weren't on sale, but I wanted to know what had been bundled at the time because I knew everything before August 1st was in the sale. So when I'd hit on the bundles, first thing I saw was a Black Friday bundle. And that had the directed by John Farrell, the father of Mia Farrow, and the Marlon Brando Volume 1 set. And I was like, that's a fantastic deal. The price of the bundle was less than the price of the film Focus by Marlon Brando. It would check off two things in my checkboxes: the film Focus and the directed by. I'd have my very first of each. So I said, this looks good, but am I sure this is what I want? The price was too good to pass up. So I put that in my cart. Then I knew I had about $60 US left to play around with. And I hadn't remembered at the time that I had the 10% off coupon. So I went in to Imprint. I looked at the Selling Fast first just to see what was there. Then I brought myself to the hard boxes. I knew that all these here weren't going to be in the sale. I'd have to go to page 3 at least before I got any of that stuff. I'll see your comments in a second because we're going to look at some stuff. So if I'm missing anything, don't worry. I'll get back to you. When I looked here, I had In the Heat of the Night here. Midnight Cowboy had a good documentary. But I really wanted to add something else to it. I looked at Suspiria, it was a bit too expensive. I looked at some of the film focuses. But then I eyed on this. I didn't on this. I focused in. A razor focused in, I think. Carol Baker set. Now, I got the Carol Baker and Berta Lindsay set from Severin. And for those who aren't aware, the movie Harlow with Carol Baker didn't do well when it came out. Actually, it bombed pretty badly. It's a good film, but it bombed badly at the time. It sent her over to Italy, where she made all of those giallos with Berta Lindsay and other people. And Harlow was here, along with 2 other seminal films, Something Wild and Sylvia. So I have my order. That was, hey there, Evan, welcome, man. It was probably, since I hadn't ordered things in a bit, I was stressed out. Hey there, welcome. Stage drama. You are getting yourself, gonna get yourself booted, you know that, right? I'm actually super excited about this. Knife of Ice is so good. And the thing is that it's so different from the other films. I think that's the reason. That each film has its own little like uniqueness to it. But Knife of Ice, hey there, old man Mike, is so on its own different level. It does things a lot differently than the other ones. I don't know, man. So tonight we're going to be looking at Criterion. We're going to be looking at Imprint films. And we're going to be discussing the channel a bit. And, oh, speaking of which, Malcolm, did you want to come in? I'll find out. Did I miss stuff up here? Or the 4K at close range from. You've ever seen it put it at close range? Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, Alvin. I'll get to this stuff. Okay, there we go. Don't know if I'm going to be doing a long one tonight because I'm kind of tired, but it is better if I have somebody in here because Aaron might have to get some drinks or his voice might go. And if that happens, well, never a good thing. I want to talk about the Criterion sale as well. For me, the Imprint sale is on the level of the Criterion sale. I know for a lot of people it's not. But I think they're there. And I'm excited about it. I'll give you recommendations as well for each of the sales. And I think Criterion does 2 sales a year now, right? Like the Barnes & Noble, like kind of a halfway and a Black Friday sale. They used to do one, now they do 2. As far as I know, Imprint only does 1. So they're stuck there with the, with the 1 sale. Right? Wait, picks? Let me go. Yeah, I think so. Now, I would like to know, I've seen some of the Criterion orders here. I spoke with Kevin earlier, and he actually was unaware, like, what some of the sale items were, what some items that were on sale. So, because he hadn't seen them right there, because the coupon doesn't, like, it doesn't tell him to put coupon in, but anything prior to August 1st is included. So he'd wanted the, I think it was the Suspiria set, and he's like, oh, I can't get it. It's not on sale this time. I'm like, Suspiria's on sale, man. So I think he ordered it right after that. Yeah, the new Suspiria film, one of the better remakes that came out in the last few years. That's on the 4K of it, by the way. 4K and Blu-ray edition is on sale on here. Trans release of Sorcerer, great film. Wages of Fear. Wages of Fear is magnificent. It's the better version, but Sorcerer is fantastic too. Because people forget some of the stuff that's on here, by the way. Suspiria. Which I almost picked up because I'm a Dakota Johnson fanboy. Look at this. Got Tilda Swinton here, Dakota Johnson. Mia Goth, I think this is early Mia Goth film. I can see it. I'll get you a sec. The first Mia Goth film that I remember, I think, was Nymphomaniac. Part 2 was the first movie with Mia Goth, which is kind of crazy because Mia Goth literally had never had a job before, and acting was her first and only job.
I own this set.
Do you like it? What did you bite me for?
No, I hate the film, but I own it.
How can you hate this film?
It's awful.
I love it
I'm
because
not going to argue about it. I just think it's awful. It's okay. Let's put it a different way. It's not awful. It's well shot. It's got a great, fantastic production, but it just isn't. It just isn't a very, very good movie. Especially the ending. The ending's really bad.
But I think that for me, this was the only way to go to make a Suspiria film and not completely like bomb it. They couldn't do Suspiria again. So this was like,
you could never. You're right. You could never do Suspiria again, especially because the time it came out. But it just, I don't know. Maybe for a lot of people, including myself, who went in with high hopes. Like, it's got a fantastic cast. It's got a fantastic director. It just, I don't know. It just, something doesn't hit with the movie, and I just didn't like it. But I can give it credit for being well shot and everything.
But I would say this is one. Well, you can definitely send it my way. Then I'll take Suspiria from you.
I don't even know why I bought it, to be honest.
Well, Dakota Johnson, Mia Goth ran it, so although Mia Goth wasn't famous then, but you know, she became famous shortly after that.
Definitely a beautiful set, though.
It's crazy. I mean, like when you think about that, like Mia Goth, like nothing, like, and all of a sudden she's like making Nymphomaniac.
Like, big star, isn't it?
Yeah. Like there was no like, oh, she made like these short, small, like indie films. She worked way up. She did a couple B films. No, she started immediately with the biggest directors in the world.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
And then decided, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make like a trilogy with Ty West, which I'm going to write some of, and it's going to become one of the most popular things this decade. Insanely fantastic. That's Miss Penny. I got Miss Penny right there.
Miss
Miss
Penny doing a cabaret show.
Miss Pixie, who's been like biting my arm, by the way, when I
Ooh.
put it up here. So the Criterion sale, the Imprint sale. Did you avail of either of these sales this year?
No, I didn't look at. I haven't looked at the imprint sale except for the first day where it had the the queue thing, and I looked
Yeah.
for a few minutes because I didn't plan on buying anything anyway. Because I've got most of it, whether it's from Imprint or it's from other things like the Alligator movies and Lawnmower Man. I got them from 101 Films.
That's it.
So what's that?
I was going to say that's where we where we slightly differ. Where it's easy for me because I kept
Yeah,
basing nothing. So
exactly.
I'm a
So,
blank slate.
but saying that, if you'd have been to England, you might have had them. So,
Oh yeah, probably.
if you went in the store. So it's one of those things where I would have probably bought them, but I'd want to get to that $400 as well. And there was other things that came out this month that I wanted to grab because it's like the sale month, isn't it?
That almost stopped me actually. I actually, when I realized I had some money that wasn't unaware of, and like to my PayPal, I'm like, oh, I got some extra stuff here that I didn't know about, and I'm like, maybe I can pick up something. Then I realized it's not going to hit the sale amount, and I started going around. It's doing all these different like uh, ideas, and then I'm like, no, I can't do it because it's the shipping's going to cost a lot, right?
Yeah,
And then I got to like it's 25% off, so that's going to take care of some of the shipping. And then Hin came by and she was like, if you can find stuff that's like really, really worth it, that like hits the shipping price and that makes it worth for you to hit the shipping price, then go for it. So we looked around and looked with our user as a sounding board. And then I realized I had 10% off coupon as well.
mm,
And when I did that, I realized, okay, this is going to pay for my shipping completely and a bit more.
yeah.
So then I said, okay, what's the best deals I can get? And that's where where you came in actually. And I started looking at the stuff.
Mm.
Chaplin's
I do think that's a great deal of the Marlon Brando and the John Favreau set because that's like what the price of one of those box sets.
$10 less or 10 Australian dollars less than the price of the Brando set for the
So
complete
I
bundle.
mean that's amazing. That's an amazing deal. Like I said to you before, if you want Imprint, this is the best time of the year to get Imprint.
Yeah, I expected it to be
Because
later in the year. I was trying to save for it, and then it's like some
yeah,
stuff happened. I'm like, oh god, this is too early.
well, the thing is, now that you've seen the deals you get, to try if you can to put some stuff aside continuously for it.
Yeah.
Because I think something like this, you could easily get like $1,000 Australian worth of stuff
Oh yeah.
and save like 2-3 thousand. And the other good thing about Imprint is you don't get customs charges either in England from it.
It blew my mind, Malcolm, when I went there and I started putting things like on the first day of the sale. What blew my mind was the queue. It was like waiting for a PlayStation 5.
That has never happened before. Do you know? I've never seen that happen before.
I think they tried it so to stop the site from crashing because they had a lot of people come in, but it crashed anyway. That later on that
Gave me
day.
PTSD of the Pokemon Center store thing.
But I got there and I started putting things in. And I said, okay, I can't do the sale. I was bummed out, man. I was bummed out. I told you about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I can't do it, but let me just look and see what I could have got. And I started putting things in. And the amount of money that you save during this sale, and you see 25% off, you don't think that's much, right? Because there's
Yeah,
bigger
but
stuff.
it's a
And you
lot
see
more
there's
than you
80%,
think.
and there's 50%. There's like 3 for 130 and like 3 for 40. The 3 for 40, that's like the price of one of those Imprint single limited
Yeah.
editions, $40. So you're buying one and getting two free. And I'm like, this is insane. This sale's insane.
Yeah.
I could have like for $1,000, I could have had like box sets. I could have had like
Yep.
a whole list of like Imprint single titles. I almost picked up a couple. There was a couple of mine I wanted Secretary, of course, and the Betsy, both for the same reason, to be honest with you. But at the end,
I mean, you think about it, right? The Halloween set, right?
yeah.
If let's say that didn't come out and you had the money that you had from the Halloween set, you could have had probably almost 20 movies.
Well, the thing is that money for the Halloween set was part of the money that I was saving.
Yeah.
Because I said at the time I was going to buy some Tales of Adventure,
Yeah.
and I woke up and the Halloween set came, and then I'm like, oh god, this is tempting. And then it was like hints like, it's not tempting, you're getting it. So that was that. But but yeah, we got Imprint, we got Criterion as well going on right now. If I was in Canada, I'd probably be picking up Criterion as well. But if I was in Canada, probably I'm not sure I'd have as much
Yeah.
money. So
Do they have the Criterion sale in Canada as well then?
well, when I lived in, it's different. See, when I lived in St. John's, Barnes and Noble was owned by somebody else, and you could get a Barnes and Noble like subscription at the time in Canada, and you wouldn't save as much as you would if you're in like in the United States, but you'd still save a little bit extra, and it made it a bit easier for shipping and stuff like that. And shipping was good. Then when I moved, just before I think I moved to Nova Scotia, Barnes and Noble sold to somebody else. And
that's
you could
nice.
still, yeah, you could still avail of the sale a bit, but Barnes and Noble, well, Criterion's discs went over to Unobstructed View, which is a Canadian company. So you would get sales over there. They wouldn't be as good, and it would come around the same time. Then Unobstructed recently this year was sold to somebody else. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, it's always the way nowadays, isn't it?
Well, everything's being like put together and merged and like put under a different umbrella and tell you really you go from like 20 choices like 3.
Yep. It sucks. It's like over here. I admit, really, we've only really got HMV and CX in most places.
And if you're lucky, you got FOP, which I think is the
that's
best.
HMV anyway, isn't it? So it's kind of.
Well, it never used to be.
They have better deals sometimes, but not as good as they used to be.
The Covent Gardens FOP was one I used to go to when I was in London. I love it.
Is it true that you got caught in there enjoying yourself?
I wish. No. Enjoying myself as in picking up titles. God, I mean, like, I was there for so long one day. You've been in Covent Garden, right? The
I went there with Donna when I first got back. It was great. I hadn't been in there.
You know the downstairs area, right? So that's where like the 88 films and stuff are at. I was there and so long that they came and they gave him a chair for sit down. So I was looking around. There's a big 88 film sale going on at the time. And I was like picking up like a bunch of slasher classics and stuff like that.
I will say this, that bottom part in there I love because it's all in order by the labels, so you can easily look. If you don't find something, more likely it's not in the store. It's a fantastic setup.
It is an amazing setup. All right, let's give people some recommendations here. Malcolm, let's recommend them some Criterion first.
Okay. Ooh.
So we'll go to so in the newer stuff right here, we see History of Violence 4K, Altered States, All the Dogs, the French Dispatch of the Lib, or is that and Deep Crimson. If you were to choose just one title out of those 5 to recommend to somebody that's watching this right now, what do you recommend?
History of Violence, because you see Maria Bello in a cheerleader outfit.
All right, I'm going to go with Altered States. I saw that in theater when I was a kid. Probably too young, actually.
It's a great film.
Both those fantastic films. History of Violence is amazing, and Altered States is an incredible movie. On the next line there, I would go with His Girl Friday. It's just one of my favorites. We did Front Page when I was in high school, and it's such a good like play. It's got a nice rhythm to it.
Yeah.
But His Girl Friday is this next level.
Yeah.
There's this. Did you do like drama in school?
We did a bit of it, but it's not like in America or Canada or that where you do it. It's kind of like you get picked for it more than actually being able to do it, if that makes sense.
So you didn't like audition or anything like that, or
no? We kind of just, if they were going to do something, they'd put you in like a group thing and do it. But for the most part, it was like if you got picked, we just didn't end up doing it.
Well, did you ever do Parts of Penzance?
No.
Have you've seen the movie, though, right?
Yeah, definitely seen the movie. Yeah.
So there's that song, "I'm a Modern Model of Modern Major General," and it's got this like flow to it, and the entire movie, His Girl Friday, has that rapid flow to it.
Yeah.
That's almost lyrical in the way that it's done, and you see that with a lot of these kind of style of films.
Yeah. I did a play when I was a little kid, when I was in juniors, we had to do our play, and I played a tree, and I fell off the stage and landed on someone and peed myself.
Did somebody say timber?
Uh,
Because that's enough.
they should have done, but I fell off the stage, landed on some person, couldn't get off, and ended up peeing myself out of fear because I was only like 5.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. Well, I mean, like that's not. I mean, like you're a kid.
yeah, I was only like 5.
I
Was that
was in my
juniors,
worst.
5, or was that infants? I don't know. It's confusing over here, but yeah, I was really young.
My worst. I would not say my worst experience on stage, but I was on stage and I was doing. Yeah, it was. I was doing this play, and I get to this scene, and I come in. I'm supposed to be this like really. And this was like the prior to like this. Is the we did it for like the families and parents and like
Yeah.
stuff before we did it out. So I was there first. I wasn't going to be there for the main one, but I was taking the role for the first one. And so I'm there and I'm doing the part where I'm being introduced and I'm talking to the girl and I'm getting my part done. And I say my part and she's there and I'm waiting. And I'm like, okay, she's going to say something now. And I'm just waiting and people are looking. And so then I'm like, what's her line again? So I'm like trying to say her line to her so that I can get to my next line.
Yeah.
So that I can snap her out of it. And I managed to do it, but in doing so, it made that hesitation made it look like I was the one. I forgot my line.
Yeah, true.
And I'm like, oh God, that's yeah, that was my
Crazy, you know.
that's one of my worst. That's my worst experience acting on stage. And like I say, if that's my worst experience, I'm not too bad.
That's not too bad.
The other one was like I was a kid like you, and I had no lines, and I was a little reindeer, and I was pissed because I didn't have any lines. I'm like, I want lines. I was a ham even back then. Like I couldn't shut up, and I couldn't talk. Then I stuttered a lot. So I wanted to do I wanted a line in the play that would do where I could stutter wouldn't be too bad, and because I stuttered like tremendously, I had my epileptic, and I was Comet. So I just like, okay, I'm going to come out when Santa Claus is like introducing all the reindeer. I'm just going to come out and like, just going to joyfully kind of like say, I'm Comet, like proudly, like twice almost like type of thing. Which is kind of weird because a few years later, there's a show cartoon called Hercules that I saw where kind of the Newton character does that. So I did that. And the director was like, oh, I love that. Can you write lines for the other reindeers now?
Oh, nice.
I'm like, okay. But now I'm not special anymore.
Yeah, true.
Right,
I think when you get called for a play, you always want to at least have one line because otherwise you just feel, you know. So yeah, I'd say His Girl Friday definitely on that line because it's the best film out of all of them. Really, I love that film.
How do you feel the Wes Anderson archive?
I think it's great, but I think it's really expensive. I mean, $249.99. That's not too bad if you count it, but I feel like you could get that cheaper in the future somewhere. It's a beautiful set, and I've seen it in person, and it's phenomenal. But I think you have to be a big fan in order to want that. Like,
well, yeah,
I don't think you'd just go out your way to buy it unless you were somebody who just wanted a big, beautiful, expensive set on your shelf.
The killer part with something like that is that if you're a Wes Anderson fan and you're a Criterion fan,
yeah, you've already got them.
You've been picking up the Wes Anderson titles like all the way through, right? So you're literally pretty much double dipping on everything. But it's gorgeous and plain at the same time, which is the most Wes Anderson freaking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, definitely, and it's very premium.
Yeah, it is. It's like it just has that like you're buying a Wes Anderson thing. I mean, like if I've got a couple Wes Anderson films in my collection, more than a couple actually. I like the director a lot. But if I had the bones, would I buy this like during a sale type? Yeah, I probably would. They're all 4K now. It's a gorgeous looking set, and it's films that I know. For me right now, when you get to the point that I'm at, and get to the point that you're at, because we're people that have been collecting for a while, and we got sometimes too many in our collection, right? Then you sit back and you think, okay, what do I really want? What am I going to watch more than once? What's going to be worth my money? And if you like Wes Anderson is a good director. He's made films that are rewatchable. Uh, definitely has some. If if you like him, you don't like him, then no films rewatchable for somebody you don't like. But if you like his aesthetic, and it's not for everybody, it's not really. But if you like it, this is a great set. And this is the one time I'd say, buy it. I don't know if I would buy this for $500. I don't think I
I
would.
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
But for $250 for 10 4Ks, when you do
Yeah,
the
I
math
think
on
that's
this, yeah,
decent. I think that's decent. I mean, I think it's decent if you've got the budget for it. If you don't have the budget for it, then it's still really expensive.
if you have the
Thanks,
budget for
Alan.
it, yes.
Do you know, I actually looked up the Criterion, Sal, because I wanted a Nora. But because it was Blu-ray only, I went, screw that, I'll wait for the 4K, to be honest, Sal. There's a couple of other things I'd like Akatsu, I think it is, and what's that other one? Morishima's Life. But for some reason, Rarewaves won't ship them to me.
That's
Even
it.
though the UK releases. So I don't know what was going on there.
They're like, this is Malcolm. We're not gonna
Yeah, it's like, mate, come on, send to me. But no, they won't do it. But that's probably good because it probably saved me. See, I would like to get these Eclipse series that have stuff in them that still haven't been released. I'd love to own them.
the Eclipse
You
ones.
know?
Like, I've always liked the Eclipse even though it was like the DVD series. I've always been intrigued with getting some of those.
That's what I mean.
Now that's Blu-ray. So
Yeah.
much so. Let's talk about the set in the room.
Still 400, eh?
That's at 50% off. This is an $800 set.
Bloody hell.
It's a pricey set.
Again, this is a set for most people. If you're a proper collector Criterion, you'd have all the discs. But if you're
Yeah,
a
unless
film
you recently
student
found it.
and you want a gift for Christmas or your birthday, it's the perfect gift.
Oh, it really is. Like the
So,
movies in
yeah.
here are insane. And when you look at the stuff that it includes, like the quality of the films, the directors that are gone through, like you're looking at stuff like one of my favorites is Ace in the Hole.
Yeah.
But you got like stuff like Powell and Pressburger's The Red Shoes in here.
Yeah.
You're looking at things like Sunday Bloody Sunday, Sweet Smell Success is one of the best written like dialogue films of all time.
Yeah.
The Night of the Hunter, you can't have a better directed film than that one. Got Jules and Jim.
Definitely.
Weekend is here. Sullivan's Travels. A Woman Under the Influence. Some great Cassavetes stuff. Cleo from 5 to 7. Persona. Yeah, I'm in the mood for love. Just Wong Kar-wai. There's amazing.
You can't. The thing is, it's a who's who of directors, really, and
really
stars. When you look at it, it's just a shame that they're not. Like, personally, I feel like for that price, they should have all been upgrades. But I'm sure not all of them could be upgraded. So it's. I don't know.
I think more than it could have been, because some of them were like half upgrades.
That's true. I mean, some of them already have the upgrades, but they released the Blu-ray. So I think it's a film student thing, or somebody who's really wanting to get into cinema for the first time properly.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think I'd ever buy the set just because, well, I own half the films. I've seen the other half. I think there's going to be 4Ks that come out eventually of the ones I think it's one of those. I think it's stupid for an anniversary set, but I think it's a great student set. Like if you want to learn about cinema.
I think for me, if this hit around $200, I'd probably want to jump on it at that point. That would be my price point for this.
$200 would be a bargain.
Yeah, but I don't see it hitting that anytime yet, especially where things can't be going up right now.
It's 50 movies, right?
It's 40, right? Because the CC40.
40, yeah, 40. So 200. That'd be a bargain at 200.
That'd be crazy bargain. Like it's a good deal. Like, don't get me wrong. Like it's a lot to ask up front. But you're 100% correct that if you are a film student, if you're somebody that's like studying cinema, and you don't have these, what an amazing way to start your collection. What a great study of cinema and film you would have going through this set and its features and all the stuff that is there. It's really is telling you, okay, this is some of the best of cinema, some of the best directors, some of the best films
it gives you a taste as well. It gives you a taste of each director that you could want to collect the rest of. Exactly.
And it lets you know, and it gives you some of the films that are really not always that are good entry points for some of these directors.
Yeah. Exactly.
Though there's stuff there that when there's 250 for the for the other set, and this one's 400. 250 with it when it's a 20 disc 4K set is a lot easier to swallow than
Yeah,
400
sure,
because it's a big bite. It's a big bite to take
definitely.
with your wallet near Christmas. These Eclipse ones that you mentioned.
I still don't own that Godzilla set.
Oh, you don't?
No.
I'm gonna go grab mine and just like.
Oh yeah, yeah, go on then. You'll be like, oh, here you go, look at this. I don't like the packaging, like, when you open it up. I don't like that when I've seen it on the shelf. Like, I love the design of it, like the picture and that. I just don't like how it holds it.
Some people
Put
don't.
me off.
Some people said that they find it like falls down, like in
Yeah,
that thing. Mine hasn't done that yet, and I've had mine
well,
up
you're
like
quite
for a
lucky then,
while.
because a lot of
But
people have said that, haven't they?
oh yeah,
Like the Lost
now
Temptation of Christ. That's a great movie, actually.
did someone watch Honora? I'm like, yes, great film. Did you like Honora?
No. Do you know what? I've never watched it. That's why I went to 4K.
Oh, you'll
I
definitely
know
like
it's
that one.
good. I know it's great, but I just never watched it.
As like a Scream fan, like Scream 5, Scream. And when after I listened to so many people bitch about that film, like End of the Killers, I was so happy. You wouldn't when the Oscars happened and she's winning the
Yeah.
Oscar. I'm like, screw you people that like.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Considering they said she was so bad in it.
Oh yeah, and she's not. She's great, and like she was in a TV series too that I used to watch.
To be honest, what people don't realise as well is sometimes when an actress or actor's bad, if they are bad, like actually bad, it's not always them, it's the direction.
Yeah, though I'm a defender of that film. I think that especially when you look at Scream 6, which started out better than Scream 5 in certain ways.
Yeah.
I do think that hey there, Kevin, welcome, man. I do think that this one here,
Yeah.
like it just like can we spell the killers at this point, right? Like it's been a while. That Mikey Madison and Jack Quaid, two people that you wouldn't think to be the killers in the film, and it's good. I mean, when you look back at the killers from different Scream films,
It all makes sense, really, because they're always kind of nerdy and weird, aren't they?
except for the ones that I think fail the most, and people are going to hate me for this. Like some people, here's my hot take, Malcolm. Part 2. It's so random.
Really?
Yep. Because I love Timothy Olyphant, fantastic actor, does a great job in the film, right?
Yeah.
But he's like a secondary, cursory character. Scream 2 was situated as, and you can tell this. You can tell there was leaks with Scream 2.
Yeah, we're going to be
Because-
Joe O'Connell originally.
Yeah, Jerry Connell and the best friend. But
Yeah.
the movie is written in such a way that they could place any people at the end of the film to be the killer. Just go back and watch the film again, and you'll see like there's really like his reasoning is I want to be a serial killer. She found me on the internet. I'm going to be famous.
It's a bit silly because, let's be honest, what's the chances of that working out that easily? He would have probably killed her first.
And it's like, and also like she's paying for my schooling and stuff like that. What the hell? So there's that, and then she automatically kills him, and then she's in the film and she's a secondary character too. And so, by the way, I'm Mrs. Loomis. I'm like Billy Loomis's mom. So revenge, which is great and all, but that's done better in part 4.
Yeah.
The fame thing is like realized, and there's a reason for it. Like there's a build up to like that when Jill's a bit of a shocker. And part 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah, part 3 is stupid.
But anyway,
I think part 3 to me has to be. Don't get me wrong, I love it in a comedy sense, and I think it's fun, and I think it's thingy, but it's got to be the worst one in the series, surely.
And it's fun. I mean, like that when Scream Part 3, because it is a pretty fun film, a meta film and stuff like that, is the worst film in your franchise. You got a pretty good franchise going on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not a bad film by any means. It's fun. It's what you want when it comes to silliness and, like you said, meta. But it just is like the worst one in the.
Oh yeah,
you know,
because it like blends some lines, and you're like, but I think you got to be like the Mystery Science Theater, where you got to like, it's just a film. You should really just relax.
I think the worst. I think the worst killer reveals is 6 though, with the 3 of them. That's ridiculous. That.
See, I didn't mind that. What I did think was that I really like Dermot Mulroney, but I kind of think he was in his own film.
Yeah, true.
Because he definitely camped it up more than everybody else.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
he was enjoying the hell of it. You could tell he was. And this is an actor. He's an actor's actor. He's somebody that really like kind of studies, like, and he has a process. But it was just totally different than everybody else. I'm like, did he see the other films? Did he like think like more of like straightforward, like slashery type film? Because he seemed to be playing on that level, on a different level. What do we got here? So it's Imprint Films, an Australian cuneilobar with Criterion collection. So, well, Imprint Films. See, for me, and I'm a newer, like Malcolm's got a lot of Imprint titles.
I don't.
I'm coming newer into it, and I'm a bit of a fanboy at this point. So you know, I've got to be blatantly honest. Got to be.
That'll die down a little bit in time, but yeah, go on.
But I think for me, like there's labels that I consider like prestige labels or premier labels. And right now, I think that we're getting like the biggest bang for a buck out of things like Imprint, out of companies like Criterion. Criterion's always done it. So it was up to other people to bring things to the table. So we're seeing stuff like Imprint, Second Sight, and Umbrella that are going that extra like bonus level. Like there's companies, there's companies like that talk a game and that are that. I'm going to get some hate for this, and that like are well liked or well known through stuff that, but I don't think that they put out an A game right now. But every time I look at an Imprint title,
are you going to name them?
No, you can't.
Oh,
this is guys, look at this cowardice. This is cowardice right now.
So he doesn't want to name it because he wants to be careful. Yeah. My view when I think of premium labels, I think of company. I think to me, the number two of them will always be Criterion and Radiance, right? Because they don't need fancy stuff to be that. But if you want to count fancy stuff in it, Imprint's killing it completely. They're killing it completely. Umbrella, I've got some really great titles coming out the same way. Second Sight, I think, is very, very overrated at the minute. I really do. Because I think the prices are ridiculous. I'm trying to think, and what else would I consider premium? I used to consider Vinegar Syndrome premium, but I don't anymore.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was dancing around.
Yeah, I don't care as premium anymore. I mean, I love Vinegar Syndrome, don't get me wrong. Yeah, but I won't count them as premium. I won't count them as top of the line anymore. I'll probably never see Television as that. Shout Factory used to be really great, but even before the whole transfer to Grove, I think they've gone downhill so much. Arrow, I think does a good premium thing when they put the effort in.
They definitely put the effort in a lot of times. I mean, my issues with certain companies are, and I think every company as their place are doing like a fairly good job. But I think that certain companies have had their day. Like I think like obviously like I owe a lot to Vinegar Syndrome as being like a company that I really enjoy. But I do think that Vinegar Syndrome that of my day and Vinegar Syndrome of like today are they're two totally different beasts, right? But that's okay. I mean, like I had my day with Vinegar Syndrome. There's a whole bunch like new fan base.
Did you hear about the news from Vinegar Syndrome? Did you hear about the rumors?
What's rumor?
But they're going to start releasing more post 2000s films next year on the actual Vinegar Syndrome label, not sub labels, the main label.
Well, after seeing Time Crimes come out, I'm not surprised. Somebody mentioned that to me. Like they said, "Oh, I hope they don't do any more of this because if they do this, then it gets away from the whole Vinegar Syndrome." Because Vinegar Syndrome is like what happens to film stock. A lot of later 2000 stuff was shot digitally on digital film. But here's the thing: like to play devil's advocate on that, eventually that's going to happen. Like their early stuff and they're shifting. People, and myself being one of those people, got to realize that when these companies come into it, a lot of the early stuff that they do isn't done, even though it seems like it isn't done because, we really wanted to get these here, just get these like cult earlier titles out. Like Criterion, remember when they started doing like these foreign titles and stuff like that? They're done because at the time they start out, they're a smaller company. They only have
all they can really get.
Yeah, so that's the titles they can get. And if you're lucky, like a Vinegar Cinema or Criterion or a Severin, you hit on titles and a string of titles that become your identity.
Yeah.
And you got a fan base with that. So Criterion was able to do that with foreign cinema because foreign cinema was cheap. Nobody's doing it. Nobody wanted to touch it. So they got to put that in, say, oh, this film's going to box. People caught onto that. They started like putting like special features on. They did the first like commentaries.
Yeah.
Laserdisc era. And then you get to like Vinegar Sim starts off with just like with some really sleazy stuff, right? Like they're looking at like the kind of like some adult titles, some softcore titles. They're like playing around with some like exploitation horror. Horror really starts to take off.
Yeah.
They really become sort of into their own, not because of any one title at the time, but because of their different type of slipcovers. And
the proper full grade slip.
And to be honest with you, when Vinegar Syndrome put out their first slipcover, and I bought it. I got the first Vinegar Syndrome slipcover. It's for The Undertaker. Fucking hate it, man.
It's a bit of a weird one.
It's like it's too tight, and it's got like this red. I think it's supposed to be like blood, like splatter type thing on it. I'm like, this isn't working.
I do like the shape of I do like the shape of like the coffin on it though.
I like the coffin thing, yeah. Like, but I'm like, but it was their next one that they put out. I think that really killed it, like Jack Frost. Yeah. I think that was it. Once Jack Frost,
I wish they'd done a lot more lenticular ones like that, Demon Wind. You know, because I think the lenticular ones are the best ones.
Oh, they do. Like I got both their lenticular covers.
But you don't have Invisible Maniac, do you? So you're missing out.
Am I though?
Yeah, you get that lovely nude one. You know.
Invisible Maniac's not bad. I am missing out. But I'd say if you want lenticular though, like Imprint has lenticular. They got a line of lenticular like stuff.
I don't think their lenticulars are as great. I mean, some of them are, but the ones on the normal ones, you know, like the Substitute and stuff like that, were quite basic. Because they were just like slight moving. So yeah.
We got like Vinegar Cinema released some great giallos and Italian exploitation films. Love those. I love Italian giallo. I love like Italian exploitation films. I'm a geek for that type of stuff. Most people.
Oh, yeah, that's what I asked you. Have you not seen Libido then? That's because Seven released it. That's why I said. That's why I said in the thing. But I thought you would have had more to say about Libido because I thought you would have seen it since Seven released it a while ago.
Yeah. Oh, when they did the announcements, like you're like, yeah. I'm like pop and culmination. I'm like, that's as much as I can.
Yeah, I thought you might have said it. That's why I mentioned it. I have the Blu-ray of the Severin, but I've never opened it.
It's a decent film. I mean, like it's been a while since I've seen it, so.
I was just remembering kind of like on little memories of it.
Yeah. So like you quiz me out, I totally fail. But it's not a bad one. There's, I guess, eyeball level. If you want to put it like that.
Eyeball level, right? So yeah, okay, I'll get you. Nothing beats that reveal though, an eyeball, does it? Where she's like, I killed them because of my eye, my eye.
That's Rodney Dangerfield performance. I like Easy Money. I really do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, like I'm not saying like anything bad about Vinegar Syndrome. It's just in a different place than it was before. So it's not hitting all the places for me right now. But I'm in a different place.
Aaron's going back on it because somebody gave him compliments. So no, I'm going to stick firm with it.
Yeah, but
so I think they suck.
You have to understand, to be honest with you, that it's not just Vinegar Syndrome or Severin or other companies.
It's a lot of them.
We've changed. Like as collectors, we've changed. And Malcolm knows this. When Arrow Video started to put out Asian cinema, I was on the Arrow Video Facebook page, bitching and complaining about it, saying, I can't believe they're putting out like Battle, Honor, and Humanity. I can't believe they're putting out this. What a horrible, like, crappy thing to do. Like, where's all the slasher and giallo stuff? Do you remember that? I posted that.
I remember that.
And what did I end up buying like a month later?
Yeah.
Same box I was complaining about.
Because that's what, let's be honest here, this is what most of these people are like. They complain about stuff because they don't like change, right? We're all that way when it comes to our labels. And then eventually, whether it's a month or two or whatever, we end up buying it anyway, right? But we have to have this weird kind of bitchy fest about it because It's like we're on our periods or something, you know, and we're struggling, or I don't know. It's weird, right? It's weird because I've done it. When Arrow stopped doing the exploitation so much,
Yeah.
back because I got Arrow from the very beginning when they had all the window sets and everything from the very, very beginning.
Oh,
Right?
we're Cult Labs guys.
Yeah, exactly. When they were Cult Labs and when you had like Shameless on there and all this. I was so annoyed when they started releasing non-exploitation films more. I was like, who the hell wants this? Right? Who wants that? I want them to stay with like the Italian films and I want to stay with this and you know, and I look at Arrow now and I'm like, they've got a great collection, right?
Oh yeah.
But they're not the Arrow I fell in love with. I love that they're releasing Asian films now. I'm glad that Asian films have really kicked off, right, over here and in America, because it's made it so much better for me to get decent quality things. Because you remember, most of these films were on DVD, which were bad, unless it's like Hong Kong Legends or something, or on VHS. So that's a blessing for me, no matter what the Asian film is. But, you know, I feel like we all have those moments. Favorite Fun City release? Oh, there's loads of them.
So I start counting.
What is the one the red one, the one with the three movies in? Oh, it's a 3-pack of movies.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of it either.
Yeah, I can't remember the title of it, but it's got 3 titles in it. I watched them, but I can't remember the exact name of the set. You know, I like the one as well with the Femme Fatale one, you know, one of the 2 women on the cover. I like that one as well.
And I got to say, I love their I'm a big TV movie guy, and
I
I think
thought you were going to say you were a big Pitts guy then. I was going to say, hey, I was going to say, okay, I don't know what that's got to do with movies, but okay.
Well, Russ Meyer.
Yeah, true.
3 color
trilogies looks amazing on that Curzon release.
I
have that. I
still don't have that. I love Kozlowski, but I still don't have that. I have it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I want the red.
Maybe something for when you're in London, because there's a beautiful set over there.
Oh, I had one. I had the Spanish one in my hands, and I was like, it was gorgeous. It was like amazingly done. It was a big set. Turned it around to English. I'm like, oh, damn it. So
was
yeah,
it expensive?
No, I was like maybe 30 euros type thing.
It's not too bad.
Did you see the Luc Besson set? That's insane.
I did. You know what? If I didn't have those films, I would have bought that set.
It came out of nowhere. I had no idea that was coming out, and then all of a sudden I see people.
It's absolutely beautiful. That would be day one if I didn't own the movies.
I don't own the movies, and I'm like, can't do that right now because here's the thing. So I have a better half, and she's an amazing woman. And like I said, like I'm like him let me buy these films, and Malcolm's like, you're definitely married. But
yeah, married life.
But yeah, like I'm like, so she's like, you can pick up like some Imprint stuff, or you can pick up some of those Hammer releases that you want to get. And I'm like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? But I said, okay, I can pick up the Hammer stuff down the road. This Imprint stuff goes out of print a lot quicker. And so I went for that. One Missed Call. I love One Missed Call. That I think that's an underrated set put out by Arrow, by the way.
It is. The slipcover's beautiful for that set.
It's almost slipcover. It looks
like you've got the slipcover, right?
Yeah, I do.
Because it's kind of like metallic-y in a way. You know the way it looks? Like, you know when you used to get those scratch painting things, so you scratch it and you get the colour? It looked a lot like that. So let me ask you, Raf, quickly. What Infernal Affairs are you going to buy? You're going to buy the Umbrella one that's 4K, or are you buying a different one?
I'm still rocking the Dragon Dynasty, like DVD, like box set.
Well, you know, that's a decent set.
Well,
I've actually got the 4K from Hong Kong of Infernal Affairs up there. Hold on, I'll get it quickly. Because I didn't think I'd end up buying the Australian one, and I haven't. Alex luckily picked up for me for my birthday. So look, this is the Hong Kong Infernal Affairs set. And I like this because when you open it, you've got the 3 individual cases. Where are they? Let's have a look. So you got that one,
That's,
which is nice. Okay. And then you've got that one. You can't even see it, can you? Because of the light.
they're 4K, right?
Yeah,
That's
the 4K. From the Hong Kong 4Ks. I bought them because as soon as I saw them, I was like, I have to own the 4K. But after Umbrella released it, Alex wanted to get his one, and he talked to me and he said, I want to get you that one for your birthday. So I was like, you know what, while you're at it, buy me all the other ones off there. You know? But yeah, he got me the Agitator as well, you know, the Takeshi Miike movie. And he got me that as well for Christmas. I'm looking forward to December for that.
I mean, there's
But yeah.
such great stuff. Let me get the I got the one missed call one there because it's such a unique
Yeah, if you get that, I don't have to get my one.
okay.
Because I had to rebuy my one because I had the slip and booklet originally. And then I found it in CX quite cheap with the slip and booklet. So I basically exchanged them basically in the fact that I bought that one and then sold the other one on for basically almost the same money. See, look at it. It's such a beautiful kind of, it reminds me of that scratchy kind of,
It
we used to
feels
have
like
the
that
black
too.
paper and you scratched it and you got the, I don't know what it's called, the scratch paper stuff. Scratch
But
art, I
it's
think it
like,
was called.
it's so cool. And you look at it and you're like, is that lenticular? And you're looking at it like it's
Yeah, that's what
not.
it looks
It
like
just
on the
looks so
shelf.
weird.
When you walk by, it looks like lenticular.
Yeah, and when I look online, I thought for sure that's what it was, and I got it. And like, that's not lenticular, is it? And I kept like looking at it, and when I looked at it, like it almost has that illusion of it because of the shine and the material that's used in
Yeah,
it. But
beautiful.
it's a fantastic set.
I
Yeah,
love that soft slip. The other one that's got that is the Bloodthirsty one's got the same kind of texturing.
yeah, that one I have too. Actually, there's a see, Arrow has like some incredible stuff when it comes to this type of stuff. Like, so it's one of the companies out there what I think are still like on the premium line. I do think that a lot of people don't think that's the extras, the swag, the books and stuff like that matters. But and they say, well, you know, it's all about the film, man. And I got the film over format, right? But here's the thing: at an era of premium, when we're paying the prices that we're paying right now for the releases that are out there,
Yeah, they better have shit with them.
yeah, like it's I'm like, okay, like I was good to pay the money that I paid for the imprint titles because one, there were films that I wanted, but they were also curated well with like features and stuff like that. Because I'm picking up the Marlon Brando set, I'm looking at it, I'm like, do I want the first Marlon Brando set? And I get it, and I'm like, okay, I got it because it's a good bang for my buck, but not quite sure if it's the set that I really want. Then I start looking at the films, and I'm like, holy crap! Like, there's like a whole history and litany of stuff here. This is Charlie Chaplin's last film. He directed this one. There's this film here that has this kind of like history and scandal behind it. Like when Sayonara was being made, did you know they actually wanted Audrey Hepburn for that role?
Really?
The Asian actress that
That's ridiculous.
yeah, like she said no. Obviously, Marlon Brando was pretty much like pretty he was not he's the type of guy who's not going to say yes to that.
Yeah.
But like she was like, I can't see me doing this.
To answer your question, Oka, I know me and Aaron love a good Willy Wonka, so we both get on that one wide.
Yeah, like if the I love Brazil too, but Willy Wonka would mess me up. As for best movie in space, Alien.
It's got to be, isn't it? Yeah.
And I'll say this, one of the ones that I'm not a massive fan of, that a lot of people are. Event Horizon.
Are you talking about Shutter, Raph? That's not. That's Thai, isn't it? Are you talking about the club one? I can't say the first part because it might demonetize the video.
Yeah, let's leave that. We know what it is.
But the club one.
Just order more from the sale. What did you order, man? Let us know. Come on,
yeah,
tell us
what
what
did you order?
Inquiring minds need to know this stuff. I already made Keevan. Keevan's always going to hate me.
I tell you, it was good supporting. I tell you, it was a good supporting thing. Stephen Bauer in Scarface. He was fantastic in that. That was a great
Dolly
supporting
Parton's
role. Yeah, KUS released 2001 Trouble Every Day and 2008 Martyrs in standard Blu-ray and 4K disc in this year. I know. Trouble Every Day. I watched for the Trouble Every Day. I think it's overrated and awful. Martyrs is it's a deeper film. He'll go on about how horror and how sickening it is, but it's a very, very deep film. It's probably one of those films that do in that category of French New Wave. It's actually probably the most impactful one when it comes to thinking in the long run about meaning and purpose. And
What's your favorite? And like when that French New Wave like started happening, which one like became your like? Most people have like one that like stick with them like strongest.
well,
For a lot of people,
originally it was High Tension. I was remembering Switchblade Romance then, but yeah, High Tension was originally because somebody recommended it to me when I was young. But I think it's actually Inside now, because again, for me, these French New Wave ones, it's all about the impact and the storytelling of why, when, and how it leaves you. Like Inside has a perfect scene when she's outside and she lights the light and you see her for just a slight second. But the whole reason behind the film is such a beautiful masterpiece. So it's probably Inside.
I would say for me, it flips back and forth between Inside and High Tension. Now, High Tension hit me the hardest for two reasons. Like one of these reasons, so a lot of my viewers do, is that I was writing films at the time, and I just finished writing a film, and the ending of my film was the ending of my Tension. So I watched High Tension, I had to go back and rewrite 45 pages of my script. So that hit me. But there's certain sequences in it of that film that really just stand out to me. But Inside is just like I'm big on like home invasion stuff, and that scares me. Like monsters and zombies and stuff that don't scare me. But home invasion, like serial killers, stuff like that, like stuff that can actually happen, scares the fuck out of me. That's why The Strangers works for me, and I know it doesn't work for a lot of people. But I would say, yeah, I'd say definitely Inside. But them is, though it's not part of that wave, is still one of the strong ones.
See, for me, Frontiers
Good
is
movie.
one of those over the top, really silly ones that just wants to shock you. And that's why I like the movie, but I wouldn't put it in the same class at all.
Yeah, I agree. Like it doesn't belong in the same
No.
as the other two.
Trouble Every Day. I've got that disc, Raf. That's the version I got. I didn't get the Eureka one because after watching the sound Blu-ray, I was like, I don't need the 4K of it.
Oh, there we go. Altered States, good choice. No Country for Old Men. Eyes Without a Face, yes. The Uninvited. I got the
Detour.
Imprint.
Amazing. Detour is probably one of the best film noirs of all time.
It's underrated. And one of the ones that I would say, Uninvited, I got that with The Unseen, I think. Is it Unseen?
Yeah, it's in the double pack, yeah.
Hey, Frank, welcome, man.
Hey, Frank.
He had a best of 2025, and he didn't invite me on. I'm hurt.
That's harsh, Frank.
But there's so much goodness here. We make Clean Slate. I got to think for a second. What's Clean Slate again? Which one's that?
Clean Slate.
But check out Frank's video.
I can't remember.
Watch.
In My Skin, I watched that because Radiance released that, and I have to be honest with you, I wasn't that keen on it. I got the point of it, and I thought it was okay, but it's not a movie that I would rush back to. I was more interested in the short on it. You know,
Raw. Are we talking about Julie Dickiness? Because
I think Raw's the one for Second Sight released, right? Because it's from 2016.
I know the director because I met her actually. See if I'm right. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm getting the wrong. Yeah, sir. So she's one of the first that I saw when I was going to my second year of the Marrakesh Film Festival, and I didn't know who it was at the time. I was walking in because I just gone for coffee at the coffee place right across the road, and me and him are going in. And I see this girl standing there, and she's stunning. And I'm like, okay, this must be one of the actresses from one of the films. And we're going in for this conversation. This is like a conversation, take some questions, stuff like that. Talks for an hour or so, and it's her, and it's the director. I'm like, okay,
Whoa, crazy. I'm, as the name suggests, a big fan of the Jello genre of films and film noir as those early elements.
100%. Like Jello and film noir are like so intrinsically tied together. When you look at like the type of the camera, because you got like Jello, which kind of gets its start with the early German expressionism type of films with the camera angles and the way that's done, the way that's shot, and then we get to Jello, and they're taking from that, and there's a deep kind of like, this is not going to end well. There's a bit of sorrow, a bit of sadness to noir that definitely comes into Jello as well. Jello
definitely, yeah.
Rarely ends.
All the best film noirs never end nicely.
Well, if it ends nicely, it's not a film noir.
Yeah.
Like film noir is never like, well, thank God.
That's what I'm saying. That's how you can normally tell as well, because there's always that rough kind of paying for sins and stuff. Double Indemnity is a masterpiece. I love that movie with passion. That was the movie that made me realise I wanted Barbara Stanwyck in my bed.
What's your favorite noir? Is it Double Indemnity or?
Double Indemnity is up there, and then I would probably put. There's a couple more.
Because for me, it's Ed the Past. Ed the Past is my favorite noir. Like,
That's a good one. Where's the other ones? Bloody hell.
Little Orphan Annie. Classic.
Little Orphan Annie. Yeah, that's one. Oh, Annie. Yeah, that's one, isn't it? Annie. There's musical.
Actually, Little Orphan Annie is pretty dark, though.
It is.
I think I like Letterboxd Little Orphan or Annie last night, actually.
There you go. What movie would you two like to see together at the movie cinema if you could? That's easy. We'd go and watch Taboo to appreciate our mothers.
Something that like Malcolm doesn't like that I want to convince him to like, actually.
No, like Things, because I watched it, but keep telling me about it.
Make Keeper Else movie. I think there is.
Oh, you'd want to make me watch Bloody Body Double, wouldn't you?
Oh yes, that's there it is. That's the one. That's definitely the one. Rebecca's fantastic. Rebecca's a fantastic film.
I love. You know what I love? Notorious was lovely. I like that one.
If you're a fan of noir, like Criterion and
The Big Hate, that's a great one.
The Big Clock. Speaking of, like, I picked up the John Farrell collection from Imprint, and this is not on the Imprint set, but The Big Clock is one of my favorite. Like, it is such a well-directed film. It is so good. Lawton is incredible in that, but nobody talks about that movie. No. And it just frustrates the hell out of me because it is such a good movie. Did you like The Big Clock? I think Arrow put it.
I don't remember much of it other than that I enjoyed it when I watched it, because I watched it before I was even using Letterboxd, so I haven't got a rating for it. So it's one of those ones I need to revisit, but I did enjoy it a lot.
Definitely worth revisiting. I mean, like, there's certain ones that I go back to every once in a while. Her name is Julia Ross, which later got remade. But I liked that one a lot. And I liked the remake too, from the 80s with Roddy McDowell.
The Chinese Theatre is the one I'd love to go to.
I want to go to, because everybody talks about it. The one that's mentioned on Just This all the time, like Pure Cinema Podcast. What's it called again? Come on, man.
I don't watch it, but I know what you're talking about.
Tarantino owns it.
Does he?
Yeah. Because it's Pure Cinema is the official podcast of New Beverly. New Beverly.
Okay.
Because Tarantino bought it and like when it was going to be shut down.
Draft House Alamo would have been one I'd have liked to have gone to before it shut down.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's so many good like theaters out there. There was a theater that I went to when I was younger. It was like kind of showed retro. Didn't show like new films. It showed like a retro stuff. Showed like they did a weekend of William Castle films, the gimmicks, and stuff. So I got to see that type of stuff. So I would. There's a time when I was younger when I was in my 20s, or early 30s actually, when I wanted to. There's a theater in my hometown that was closing down, and I wanted to buy it. I really wanted to buy it. I wanted to turn it into like a retro theater. But it was one of those things that just didn't happen.
There you go. One Richard Widmark. The is it the big city?
For me, Richard Widmark's Kiss of Death, man. I
Yeah, that
love
was a
him.
good one.
Yeah.
But that one where he's running at the end, you know, the one where he's being chased at the end. The big city, is it? The bright city, something like that.
Something like that.
I like that. Part.
P. Herman biopic, definitely. Miles Teller, I don't know.
I think the Pee-wee movie's not on there because is it even out yet?
Hey, welcome, Jose. Master Chaos is here.
Hey,
Chaos, have you availed of the Imprint or Criterion sale? Imprint
oh, it
sales
says
sucks.
Imprint sales sucks. Oh,
This fighting words because I only went for one sale this year. I didn't go for a Criterion. I went for Imprint. Why? Because I can convert. I can use conversion, so I know how to convert Australian dollars into my money. That's how I know it's good.
oh, who's
What
your
about Castle
fighting
News
words?
about Crane? My favorite Ichabod Crane was Jeff Goldblum, aside from like the animated one. So I'd go along that lines with it. There was a show used to come on called City Homicide. That was I think Australia, New Zealand type show.
Yeah.
That Margot Robbie got her started on it, and she was in the second season, like guest starring. There's some actors in that I would love. Don't know what they did, but I'd love to see them in other things as well.
That'd be nice, that, wouldn't it?
Has Imprint's Twins Vivo 4K been delayed? I don't think so.
I do agree. Normally, I do agree normally about the prices, but I think if you go for the right stuff during this sale, you can get some good bargains.
Like what bothered me, and I saw a bunch of this. I'm not going to call anyone out. There was when the Halloween set was coming out, and I'm like, and people are like, oh, I can't believe how expensive this Halloween set is. Like, it's so expensive. Look at the Scream Factory stuff. And I'm okay. Let's look at the Scream Factory stuff for a minute. Let's look at the price of the Scream Factory steelbooks. Now let's like rack that up and like how much it's going to cost. Like, it's wonderful if you live in the United States and you're not paying jack for shipping, but you're a small part of the world. There's other parts of the world, and I think it gets centric too much. And I'm one of those people because I've been there. I lived in Canada, and I look towards stuff in my own backyard, and I can't. As somebody that's on here, I can't do that because when I do a disservice, like to me and to like people that are watching, because there's people that order from the UK, there's people that buy things from Spain, there's people that buy things from Germany, there's people that buy from Sweden that come on and watch the channel, and for them to
there's
like
people that buy from Asia. Don't forget about the people that buy from Asia.
Exactly, and for them, like picking up some of that stuff is way more expensive than picking up like some of the stuff like getting a Scream Factory. You got a Criterion, and Criterion is really expensive. Like there's a reason people buy during the sale. Imprint can be really expensive. There's a reason people buy during the sale, but I think they both do a really good job for the type of stuff that they do. Now, for me personally, I would say that at this point in my life, I'll lean more towards an Imprint box set than I will a lot of some of the other boxes. Not that they're not good, but they were good for me at a specific time in my life. I'm at a point right now where I want to watch Brando. I don't want to watch Farrell. I don't want to watch like a Walter Hill. And I'm not so much in a time where I'm watching like this box set that you've never heard of before, that's shot on video.
Oh,
not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just not me at this present time. Look at that. I got all hard and like heated up. Jose, that was good, man. Thank you. Hope it doesn't
I'm saying basically anybody who buys those box sets that have no name movies if no one's ever heard of, should go do one and just buy some Imprint. Because you're going to get real cinema. Yeah.
But I do think there's a time for each. There's a time, like I collected, and I spoke about this, I think it was you or Kevin, one of you guys, earlier, that it's actually Cinema Dave. I was talking and said, I spent so much time chasing after these like lower budget, no name things that I wanted to have in my collection, or like these horror or these slasher films, stuff like that. And I love them. And I watch them. They're my comfort food. That I missed out on a lot of the regular stuff
Basically,
because
they've been your comfort food for so long, you started choking on them, and now you want to get proper cinema. I get it.
it's
We've
it
all
was
been there.
reverse, it was reverse snobbery for me.
We've all been
Where I'm
there.
like, okay, there's when I sit down and watch a movie right now. So we recently got through the 31 Days of Horror, and I would watch a horror film and I watched the whole thing, but I'd have this like detox package that I'd
Yeah.
watch, okay, but watch about a week of stuff, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to just like put together 2 or 3 hours. I'm going to watch like some sitcoms. I'm going to watch like a regular film. So I started watching City Homicide and Walking Mercado, uh, and a couple of the other things, like to just like and some animated stuff, just to kind of break it up a bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I love what Severin releases and stuff like that. But I think sometimes you have to be in the right mood for them,
Guys,
because if you're not in the right mood for it, sometimes you just end up hating it. Like sometimes you want, like, I'll give you an example, Robo War, right? Perfect example. You have to be in the mood for a movie like that to just enjoy it, let it be what it is, and, enjoy it. If you're not in the mood for it, it ends up just becoming annoying. And
it's
especially when it
important.
keeps going, greasy over and over again.
I mean, like it's important. I mean, like there's movies and like movies that I love that I didn't think I was going to, like these, like that I never heard of before. When the guys that did The Editor first came out, Astron
Yeah,
6, remember those guys?
yeah,
So when they started putting out their stuff initially, so I was in Montreal, and Trauma released their first stuff. They're like a bunch of like 2 disc thing, like a bunch of the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
shorts. But I had like I don't think anybody at the planet or knew Astron 6 was. We all do now. Well, they watch that type of stuff. But I picked that up, and
Jose, did you just say drop a shitty thumb? Oh, see, calling you out again. A shitty thumb. Don't put a good thumb, not a shitty thumb.
I mean, like, and I kept it on the back burner for like about 8 months, because I bought this. This isn't going to be good. What did I buy this for? I just was buying a whole bunch of Trauma stuff at the table.
Yeah.
But then I put it on, and I guess I put it on at the right time, because oh man, did it hit for me? Did it like
Yeah.
it slapped for me? So I think things come in at the time that they're supposed to. But I'm at my grouchy, grumpier age now. So when you're watching me right now, like I'm
Old man
definitely
Aaron stage.
Aaron, like old man, like shouts at Klaus.
80-year-old Aaron stage. We're at that. I've told everybody for years, you're in your 70s, now you've reached your 80s.
Oh God! If I get my 70s, I'm like, well, hopefully I get my 70s. But no, I mean, you go to different stages, I think. And right now, I'm at a point where I want to like learn and deconstruct all over again, and I want to like just dive into some of the, like I want to go back and forth between watching some of this, like some of the wonderful like indie grassroots type stuff. But I want to watch. I want to watch Jarmusch, right? I
Yeah.
want to see stuff like happiness.
Basically,
It's
you want to
just
feel like you're an all-rounder again.
kind of, yeah. I mean, like I think I always am. It's just that the thing is
Yeah, but I
like,
mean on a deeper level, because you want to feel that way. You don't want to feel like you focus on one thing.
well, I think the thing is that, and this is the thing, like where people watch me on YouTube and have like some of you guys have watched me for years. Much like anything else, much like any other, like if you watch an actor, or you watch like someone that does something, or stage or stand-up comedy, it's like 1% of them. So like I'm talking, like I talk a lot about like slashers, but Jello and stuff like that, because that's like something that I love. But like I've got like a large collection of animation. I've got a big collection of like of TV, of other things that I don't talk about. But just because I don't talk about it, or I didn't talk about it as much now as I do now, doesn't mean that it wasn't always there. It's just that part of me that didn't come forward as much.
Okay.
But even like when it comes to watching right now, that like what you're saying is a bit true, in that there was a time when I probably was a bit more on the go, right?
Yeah.
I was a bit faster. So when I was watching the movie, like 90 minutes. I got to be, make it short. I got to go out. I got to do some stuff. I'm running with my kids. I'm like, other stuff to do. Nice short film. Will give me something like, I've, stressed out. Give me something sleazy. Give me something bloody. And I still get in the moments where I'm like, okay, man, I'm stressed. I want to just show on Friday 13th or something like that, or Giallo that I love. But as you get older, and as like as you get time, I guess the time to, then you want to like just soak in things a bit more. Like suddenly those 2.5 hour films aren't so daunting to you like they were before. Like when when my kids were young, like saying, okay, I'm going to spend like 3 hours to sit down.
That's harder. It's a lot harder when you got kids and that.
It's like, and like I was lucky that my kids were like, they were in cinema because initially probably because their dad was, right. But they still, I wanted to have films that I could show the kids, and stuff that we could like watch and like talk together and have fun with. Like, so it came from things like, early on, like you're watching Barney, you're watching like Waterworld. Kidding you, I'm not kidding you. Like we watched Waterworld. My oldest, she got into that.
Barney's a stone cold classic. Who didn't like the song at the end? I love you. You love me. I mean, perfect. Top tier.
It would have been like that one and like Teletubbies. Love me some Teletubbies, man. Back in the day. But no, I mean, like I don't want to come across like, okay, I don't like this type of film or I don't like this anymore. It's just certain things hit me certain ways at certain times. Like I can sit down and watch like Leech Woman or a Roger Corman classic or like Came from Outer Space or that type of stuff, and still sit down and want to watch like His Girl Friday.
So what I'm getting from this, and I'm going to break down to audience in a more simple term, is the 1% of Aaron you got to see was a sleazy, more kind of scumbaggy slasher kind of man, and he's been hiding the intelligent, sophisticated part from you all because he thought you'd only want the sleaze. But he's going to bring this to you now, so we've all got to bring up our A game, and we've got to show him the spirit of the true cult of cinematic universe.
I think it's almost the opposite. I mean, like even though I looked at like the sleazier slasher stuff of cinema, and I would love to have had people like that like see me as that. I think some people just kind of saw me as like, okay, you're an academic.
Yeah, go on.
And move on.
Did you say most people have seen you as an academic?
Sadly, do you know my first wasn't Mr. Vincent? Like that's not what people called me initially on here. I'm not sure how long you watched my channel.
I know what it was. It was Mr. Sinvin.
No, it's Mr. It was the professor, and I hated that like because there was an expectation that comes with that that people like assumed, and I did not want that assumption.
The professor.
I have a weird like knowledge for weird stuff, which is useless, but it's good for stuff like this. Although so-called proper films should be just collected, but they are, aren't they? Like most of the proper films are collected on DVD. That's the thing.
Always makes me. Sorry, Aaron. What I was going to say was the thing always makes me laugh about movies, especially like Vinegar Syndrome 7 movies for the most part. When they're on DVD, only a few special people wanted them, right? Not because they were bad movies, but because most people just wouldn't. Exactly. Most people won't go out their way looking for them. And if they did, they'd go, oh, right. Those were the real people who were into the cult cinema. It's like Asian cinema. Like everybody wants to buy Asian cinema now, right?
Yep.
But you had people like, I'm sure, like people like me and Kevin as an example, who were always searching for that for years and years and years, in the bottom of the bins, in stores and so forth. Now everybody's buying it. It's nice to say because it gives people like me, people like Kevin, and other big Asian film fans a chance to get those good quality ones like those ones. But, a lot of the Vinegar Syndrome stuff originally that doesn't need to be on 4K. Blu-ray is good enough for most of it. Because the things like a lot of people think the Vinegar Syndrome titles for Black Friday are going to be Last House on the Left and Lizard in Woman's Skin, right?
Really?
Last House on the Left. I don't think that's going to look great on 4K.
I don't think it needs it. I mean, like I think like
do I. But I'm just saying. But when does Vinegar Syndrome ever release something for really, really desperately near the 4K?
Yeah, I mean, like Showgirls.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
still,
but that's the newer film. I'm talking about like.
no. Like, here's the thing. I don't think Showgirls needed it. I think the
Oh,
Umbrella's version of Showgirls was fine. It was fine. I got the Umbrella version. I never bothered to upgrade. And it might look great. I don't know. I don't own the 4K, but I do know one thing: my Umbrella version of Showgirls has better features than the.
and does it have better water colors in the dolphin scene?
Probably, actually, I mean, here's the thing. I'm glad that cinema's coming out for everybody. I'm glad that there's a lot of Asian cinema coming out for people, especially because I'm not as versed in Asia as you are, or Stephen is, and I'm bluntly honest about that. Like, that's definitely one of the blind spots for me. Like, I've seen stuff, but I've seen a lot of more the basic stuff. And if there's other stuff that I haven't seen that hasn't been, I've stumbled upon it. Of like obsession of mine to check out, and I'm starting to find like more stuff. Like,
I know
the
you
stuff
watched Play Story the other day.
yeah, like, well, no, Police Story was an early one, but
Yeah, no,
stuff.
but I mean, you watched it again recently, didn't you? Or did you just do the review for it?
Oh, I just did a review for it. Like, I'd watched it
Oh,
earlier. I
okay.
was just kind of reviewing some of the stuff that I've seen over the last couple of years because I wanted to just up some of my letterbox stuff.
Oh, okay.
But like, because I watched In the Line of Duty, which again, it was sort of a series.
Sean, I'm going to say this to you, Sean, right now. You've noticed a good majority of instant fans dismiss Asian cinema like it's inferior. I'm going to tell you, a lot of people do, right? And it irritates me because all they think of is the silly films, right?
I think they used to.
They,
I don't know if
they,
they do so much now.
they still do to a degree. I mean, I think a lot of people miss out on the really, really good Asian cinema. There's a lot of fun cinema and a lot of silly like kung fu movies and stuff like that. But Asian cinema, there's things about it that just affect you to the core if you watch a real good movie. And I think a lot of people miss out. I think Vinegar Syndrome hasn't fully released that yet. A good lot of horror fans dismiss Asian horror. That's because Asian horror, I think sometimes it's out of their comfort zone. Sometimes
No,
because
no, I
Asian
mean,
horror can be about.
I think it's the
It
opposite.
can. You think it's the opposite?
I do. I think that like a lot of like fans that became Asian cinema fans were horror fans, may have been horror fans first, and became Asian cinema fans like with the crossover. And I think a lot of people, like when they started doing like the Asian cinema in, like starting the remakes, the remake era, when Dragon Dynasty kind of like it rose and sank in the remake era of things like Ring.
Dragon Dynasty reminds me of Hong Kong Legends over here in Australia. It kind of rose to this prominence, and it just
Yeah, it crashed real quick.
yeah.
In that, like, I think that when you look at a lot of this stuff now, like look at like companies that are doing like the Asian cinema right now, like Arrow Video, like Scream, like Shout Factory. A lot of the first, like when you're looking at stuff that they're doing, they get there, like they open the door through something like that, through an exploitation film or through a horror film, and then when that door is open, when that kind of door is kind of like pushed open, nudged open a bit, then people want to see more and want to know more. Now, there's going to be people out there that like they just like their slasher stuff, and they just like their certain like their base horror stuff, and they want to see all that out there. Like, how come this is not out? How come this like movie's not out, but like this movie's getting released? But I think it's those kernels that actually. So I think it's more so the horror fan that is introduced to Asian cinema that finds himself getting into it a bit more than it is like the casual that may watch an Asian film and like because they're casually they're just watching whatever, right?
Yeah.
Nothing against casual because casuals like are
The casuals can go do one. We don't need you.
Oh, we do.
That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, but it's a. But yeah, I think like I think people dismiss horror like fans too much actually when it comes to that type of stuff.
I haven't agreed with you on that one about the televised terror. It's still gutted that they didn't do any more.
I know. I mean, like that's one of my biggest like things. I mean, I'm so glad. That's where I'm glad there's companies like Imprint and there's companies like Kino because Imprint and Kino are killing it with their TV stuff. Like they're putting out stuff like
Don't forget Fun City. They did 2 good box sets.
Oh, amazing stuff. Fun City. I got one of them actually, and they're so good. Fun City editions, Kino, Imprint, like they're killing it with the TV release. I think Kino and Imprint are like by far and large like they're holding that torch. They're keeping the TV stuff out there. Like Imprint has a literal TV line stuff that they do, TV shows, TV movies. Kino's has brought out the Dan Curtis Gothics. They're bringing out all these like different like
Yeah.
kind of stuff some stuff that came on TV once.
What makes me sad is during the DVD days, you'd get lots of TV movies on DVD. You know, not all of them, but you'd get quite a few of them.
Oh, like you'd hit like stuff like remember the big boxes like of Ours Movie Macabre and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Like
what I
you get
mean,
like a lot of those were like Hammer House of Horror.
yeah.
Like episodes. And you get so many like really, really good releases, really, really kind of fun stuff. But it's different. I think each generation, you lose a bit.
You do, of course you do.
And I think that one thing I will say is like DVDs hanging on and just still doing the best out of all of them. But the DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K with the three formats like succeeding pretty much overall with the right now in the market. We're getting a wider range than I think we've gotten since it really started. Because VHS started, like everything was coming out, like, things were being made new. But I think right now we're getting a wider range than we got in a long, long time. The Asian cinema's coming out. The TV movies.
I think we're definitely getting stuff that's never been viable, especially from international countries.
Like, look, you got Monica putting out that stuff. If you like the shot on video stuff, you're a fan of that. You got like places like TerraVision, you got like Culture Shock.
TerraVision is start releasing shot video shit. Please start releasing good films so I can actually feel like my subscription's worth it. Please.
But that's kind of their like thing, though. I mean,
Leave
it's
it
like
to Saturn's Core and VHS shitbest, the way they call themselves.
Saturn's
and give
Core,
us
like,
some good movies.
Like I expect way from Saturn's Core. At this point, like I do expect like more shot on video from TerraVision, kind of just like it's almost become, because it's kind of become their thing.
God.
I think US remakes for certain ones like will wane people's like. So if people went out and watched Pulse, the remake of Pulse, and hadn't seen the actual movie Pulse, they wouldn't want to see the movie Pulse.
I actually think, Sean, but that's US in a altogether, to be honest, with a lot of their stuff. When I lived in America, a lot of them just seem to be very, how can I put it without sounding rude about it? They're very stuck in their ways, let's put it that way. And they tend to discount other things. Not all of them, but a lot of them. You know, I had neighbours and they were always about this and that. And if you tried talking to them, they would be. It's very hard. That's one of the reasons I hated the country when I lived there. I'd love to go down the Asian rabbit hole. I've tasted some, but I'm stuck in the Italian Spanish rabbit hole and I need to see everything. We all have it, Robert. We all have our own thing. Eventually, you'll probably get tired of Italian Spanish for a little while, and you might end up looking at Spanish Asian a bit. Happens to us all, you know.
I will say that I'm definitely some of this more recently gotten into Spanish, like one a lot because I go to Spain and I love the cinema, and I love discovering.
But you bring back American movies.
Very like I always bring back Spanish. Like every time I go, I always bring back Spanish release. I always bring back.
How many Spanish releases did you bring this time?
This time, well, I didn't buy very many this time, but this time I grabbed I bought the Fanatera release.
Yeah, but that wasn't a Spanish film. That was an Italian movie.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know at the time. But which is weird because Fanatera normally focuses on the Spanish stuff.
Yeah, they do. So it's a bit
fair,
weird.
I think a lot of Spanish director box sets more recently. So like there was like, okay, there's these here, and the ones that I wanted, like Iglesias stuff, wasn't in English. So like that.
I agree. Cat 3 is very dangerous, but it is important to film history. I actually think Cat 3 is one of the most important things in the whole of cinema because of everything that it stands for, everything that went around, and how it changed the industry for a very long time. And I think personally, when we do a watch party, we need to put Ebola syndrome on again for you, so that I can teach you the meaning behind some of this stuff. We'll cut out the bad scene, but you don't like. All right, just so that you don't have to see it. We'll edit that bit out.
That's a lot of the film, man. There's nothing left.
So you said it was all about the, the epileptic thing in it. So if I just cut that out, it's surely nothing else.
That's a lot of the film, man. That's
Yes,
trying to.
that's the trend, man.
Hey, Alex, welcome, man. Day of the Beast is I love Day of the Beast. That's one of my most rewatchable films. I
The
watched
Beast
that
is
so
great.
many times.
Great. The Untold Story is the best cat free ever made, in my opinion, and it's based on a true story. And I've actually got another version of the Untold Story, Black Glover, called I think it's called Bloody Buns. That's what it's called, I believe. It's called Bloody Buns, which is the same story but slightly different.
There's a question: is there many Giallo films from the Asian countries? I don't know if I consider them Giallo if they're from Asian countries.
There's a
but there
couple
is.
actually. There's a couple actually. God, what's the
Because when you hit
title?
like Giallo, when you say Giallo, you're really like hitting upon a genre that's associated with a specific like country. Like even like when you reach it like the Spanish Giallos, like I'm like sort of, but not completely. You know
Yeah,
what
of
I mean?
course, Mania's very much an Asian Jello as well. But there's one, it's the radio one, and I've watched it. Oh, what's it called? It's such a good film. Why do I always go blank on these things?
As we're getting older, man.
It
You
is,
get
it is,
older.
because it's getting older. It's such a good film. Shit. What's it called?
Have either of you? I know that Malcolm's ordered Error 4444 before, but I wouldn't.
I got my order in. I've ordered from Error 444. I order every time from there, and I love the work they do. I've actually got some of them over here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Here's one. Boom. Coming soon. I'm not as big on their Thai releases. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy they're released, but I'm not. I'd rather it be more, more like Japanese, Asian. The Thai things to me for a bit cheaper.
I would say Nakatsu for me for if I'm going to go for like one of those type of.
Oh, Nikatsu, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the erotic ones?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I'm not going to pretend. This is
Oh,
this is me. Like I
Door is
think
great. Door is one of the best movies from the production company. I recommend Door. That's a good one. Door 2's not bad either. Cat 3 or Pinker. Cat 3 all day. Pinker if I want to get a bit slazy. I'm going to order Mermaid Legends. You should. It's one of the best titles. Depending where you are, Sean, you can get the production company one from Fur Window Films, or you can get the other one, depending where you are.
I'm.
Red to Kill is really good. Red to Kill is awesome. I love that film.
We got into so many weird topics like during this one here. Like we've
Aaron thinks it's weird because he doesn't know the cinema. You need to learn more. Come on, we need to teach you.
We're like this is gonna become a one-man show again. If like
yeah, it's gonna come a one-man show again. So Aaron's gonna take a little break and he's gonna sit there going, huh?
No, I'm gonna. But no, I mean, like what I'm saying is we're going into like so many weird different topics. So start out with like, okay, we're gonna show people this, which is good sometimes because it's wonderful for a live audience, but it sucks for somebody that's coming in looking at seeing the title of the of my video. Like, okay, I want to see some of this stuff. I know. How do I know? Because I used to do live a lot, and the biggest complaint I got was like, how come the video is not about what you said the title of the video?
Tell them to get a life and enjoy the randomness of a life. That's how it should be.
It's different. I mean, the randomness of live is great when you're live. The randomness of live is not great when you're not.
It's not, but then that's why you skip through it.
Yeah, that's actually why I do more pre-tapes now, is that so I can focus on a lot of that stuff, because live is its own beast. It's its own thing, which I enjoy.
I was just upset because everybody started talking about Asian cinema to me and he felt left out, so we have to go back.
Look at that. I muted you, dude. There we go.
There you go, you unmuted me. See that? I lost it for a second, he unmuted me.
There we go. No, I'm trying to...
Seriously though, did you want to get back on the Criterion?
No, it's like, I was just trying to... That's not why I said I was just trying to like talk like we got so much going on at
Yeah.
the same time. No, I was enjoying that aspect of it
Yeah, of
because
course, of course, of
sometimes
course.
when you're chatting about other things, here's the thing: when I don't have the chat all the time, dude, that can be fucking amazing. Especially now, like I had to suck on a lozenge and down some cold medication to make this video. Malcolm knows this. Kevin, I think, knows this. Not a lot of people know this, but I'm massively sick right now. So I'm like, so when I say, back in the days of like the acting portion of Aaron comes through during these videos.
Oh,
It has to, because either that I'm gonna look like like a miserable SOB during the making that video. So there's things like that may have been in here that may have been said that I'm just a bit of a fog. So I'm like, I'm not catching it, man. So like, if you guys are talking about something and I'm like, okay, Aaron's readjusting. I'm like, okay, I'm at 40%. I'm slowly recharging my internal battery. Yeah, proceed.
I lives. I think lives are important because it's
It
always
is.
about the interactivity. It's about the fun, and people they want to talk and they want to interact, and there's a special place for that with it. But to say what Alan was saying, when I was doing videos, I hated doing pre-tapes. I hate doing pre-tapes. Why? Because for me, it was always, damn it, I messed that up. When
It's a
you're
lot of work.
live, you don't. When you live, there's a part of you that just doesn't care because you know you can't just get rid of it. So you have more fun. You're more natural. You're more. Do you get what I mean? In a
I,
way.
I do. I mean,
Um,
like for me, live is good because for different reasons. Like my background is like improv and stuff like that. So when I came to do live videos, like I didn't watch lives, so I wasn't somebody that watched people doing live videos. I said, oh, I want to do that. I was the opposite. So my kids used to watch Twitch and stuff like that. Like that's kind of where the live thing started at.
yeah.
But I was not, that honestly back in the day, that kind of bored the hell out of me. Yeah, exactly. And when I made the set Criterion for him this morning, thank you, Alan told me. But wanted I just what happened for me for live videos, and people know this have watched my channel for a while. I moved into an area where the internet was like not very good. So when I moved into an area where internet was really good, I said, okay, let's try this live thing. And I like the feedback
Dynamics.
and I really did. I like the whole dynamic of it, the whole like thing. I found that I kind of found my place that I shine a bit
Yeah.
more in life. I'll toot my own horn right there. I have no problem with that. I have an ego.
You love
Uh,
doing that, don't you?
yeah, hell yeah. but that's the thing. It let me like just one, like you said before, it lets you be more yourself a bit. But for me, um, in the creation part of it, it came to a point where I felt I wasn't challenging myself enough. And I said, I gotta edit more. I gotta tape some more stuff. I gotta write some more. I gotta put some stuff out there. And because I wanted to have
We
that
still
like,
do that and do lives.
oh yeah, like I do now. But at a time, like it was a lot on a plate. And I like,
Yeah.
because at that time still too, I was going to work. I was working like 8 and 12-hour days, sometimes 14. And I was coming home and I was making live videos. When I started
Yeah,
my
that's
lives,
insane. That's insane.
I was working till like 12 or 1 o'clock at night. And it was during the 31 Days of Horror, my very first lives. And I was watching, getting up in the morning, like getting my breakfast, watching the movie that I was going to be talking about later on in the live, going to work for like 12 hours, coming home late at night, turning on, doing the live video. Sometimes it'd be going an hour or two, sometimes 3 hours long, going to bed, setting my alarm clock so I could get up early so I could watch the videos so that I could go to work. And at the time, we were still moving into our new place. So I was doing that as well. So it was a lot. And right now, like I'm doing the live videos and I'll do the pre-tapes, but I'm also I run a Patreon and a members group, and I've started Discord and Facebook, and I've got a forum within my Discord. So there's a lot on my plate at this time. So it's been like, and then I
You
ended up
made a
getting
mistake there with the Discord. You should have said our Discord as in the people's?
Uh, I'm a too tall a Turing ruler, so.
The
Like, and
people's Discord. If you love,
didn't like.
the COC, you want to be in the Discord.
It's fun. I mean, I like the Discord. I can't be in there all the time. That's why I kind of let people. But I'm like talking to my better half today, and she's like, you got to put like certain rules in so that anarchy doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah, part of that's probably due to me as well.
Well, not and actually what we talked about before, but but it's not. We know.
I think it's important to put rules and that in anything.
Yeah, it is.
Group wise,
But it's a learning thing. Like all this stuff. Like I was again, like I'm not somebody that like did Discord and said, okay, I guess I'll do Discord too. All right. I'm somebody that like was asked to make Discord over and over again. Like reluctantly relented.
Kubrick.
Hey, Kubrick, welcome, man. And came into it. So I never come. It's the killer part. It's like never come to this stuff like, oh man, I've totally researched this. I know all about live or not with Discord. It's like nope. I'm like those old like Mickey Rooney, like Judy Garland movies. Let's put on a show. Let's go to the farm, put on a show. Save the. That's me. Like hey, I'm gonna put on a show.
I think the Discord will get better as time goes on as well because you're feeling it out. You're new to it. You're feeling it out. Once you know the possibilities, you'll probably end up adding a lot more to it as well.
And so you remember my lives in Canada used to fail with bad connections. Can I be honest? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you guys something now that I did
turn them off.
Sometimes there are bad connections. Other times I was exhausted because I was working again a lot, and things would be like, oh, this isn't going. I just can't do this. So I'm like, I can't, and I'm like, oh, connection's going not so great. And I'd be like, okay, I'd go up and I'd have a cup of tea, and I'd be like, oh, I have to sleep. That happened a lot.
Good thinking. Alex just reminded me. So last video slate released Laid to Rest 1 and 2, as well as a couple of other movies.
Ooh,
and there was a problem with the disc playing like a judder.
Really?
And I think it was because it was playing, was it 25 frames per second or 24? Or you think that's the reason for the judder? So on some players, it probably won't play properly. So he said basically he emailed them or messaged them. Did they say anything about it? Because they're beautiful sets, that were released, but there seems to be a problem with the actual.
It's kind of like when I'm in North America, I used to pick up like some of the UK releases, and I'd play them like on a region-free player, especially back in the early days. But there'd be like a bit of a slowdown sometimes, or a bit of a shake because it was a different frame rate in over in Europe than there is in North America.
So basically, the general release is 25 frames per second, and this one's 24 frames per second.
Yeah,
seems like frames are skipping. Have they messaged you back yet?
Well, that's like that.
Passed
Probably
it on to the technical team. Oh God.
Yeah.
That probably means they won't do anything about it unless it's a one-off thing because it's been out for a while. That.
Well, a judder,
from what I saw,
they may or may not. Depends on what you can do. Except from just put it out there, because that's going to come across like. It depends on like if that's the release that they got. There's work that has to go into that. No, Apartment S is part of sale. It's a good series. Pick up now. I like Apartment S. Did you like Apartment S? Department S.
Is that the series?
Yeah, the one that Jason. What's his name? Jason. Because there's a spin-off series.
His name's King, isn't it? Jason King.
Jason King. Yeah. Let me bring it up.
They probably did. They probably did use the same transfer, just didn't fix it. Sucks. But it seems to happen way too often now with discs.
It'll really depend on where the transfer came from and if fixing it's a possibility. Like, that's always going to be a thing. Is fixing it going to be a possibility?
It needs to be.
It's going to depend on on what they can do. Because if it's at that frame rate and that's the one that they got, what work has it going to putting it at that?
They just need to slow it down or speed it up. That's all they need to do.
Well, that's easy to say, but it's easy to do.
They need
Uh,
there you go. They need to do it.
7 discs, 228 pages. Man,
Damn.
they put a lot of work in this shit, man. Like, I don't care if
228
it's like
pages. Damn it.
people say, I can't believe like Imprint costs this much money for this stuff. Okay, go out then and pick up your
And
Bewitched.
that's a hardcover box too.
Pick up your Bewitched, like in the wrong aspect ratio,
Oh,
with syndicated like cuts, or pick up the other edition. And I got the other edition, right? I got the one that's in the wrong aspect ratio,
yeah.
which is
Did you
good
try on
if
the PlayStation?
it's still the
Sorry,
same aspect
go on.
ratio. Oh, well, sorry.
Did
but
you
it's
try it on the PlayStation? Because you said you were gonna. Well, you remember that all these companies have these disc problems now because they don't QC enough. But the thing is, when they do quality check them, they still have issues apparently. Well, it's a lot of extra snow, and
so
that actually makes the network one look bad. I downloaded the German release and they had no judder, both Blu-ray and PS5. Yeah, well then it's a problem with the company. They are fairly new, so I
Yeah.
wonder how many people actually thought and noticed it and bothered to report it. Because if they say they put it with the technical team, it doesn't sound good to me unless it's a one disc issue. Because it could be the disc. Have you tried the other one? That's star 181. That's not actually a bad port. Oh, that's US. Yeah, Department S is good. I still think the Captain Scarlet one should be waited for.
I mean, it's going to. I mean, like right now, like Anderson, they're putting out some stuff, but Anderson's also promoting the Imprint stuff on their page as well.
I and Malcolm talk about movies. I really find their talk really, really groovy. I watch them drinking tea and smoking doobies. This to me are more valuable than movies. You've caught us out. I'm glad you watched the after show. Doobic.
Oh, come on.
Doobies. Oh, is that Pixie Oreo?
This is Miss Pixie. Yep.
Yep, there she is.
But yeah, it's. I've got to put another glasses to these. Really, sweetie. So I got to be able to see the pit stuff on there. I would say, for me, I got a nice fur stall on right now.
Oh,
my baby.
Oh, look at that! That's lovely. That
she's adorable.
Yeah.
This keeps me like.
Fine.
Keeps me going. My kitties and my kids. Am I better?
Just for the record, I don't smoke, Doobers. That's a shame because we were going to offer you one to join us. Oh,
you don't smoke. You're not. I don't think you don't, do you? Like you're not a.
No,
you're like a.
No.
You're straight edge,
I don't
right?
do any of that. I'm straight edge, yeah, all the way.
Yeah. Me too.
I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't take drugs.
Well, I don't smoke.
Well, yeah, I mean, I count them as the same thing, really. You know, the straight edge thing.
Yeah.
My mum smoked, and basically she got lung cancer, so that put me off. My nan and my dad were heavy drinkers before I was born. That put me off of that. And I had a cousin who was a serious drug addict, so that put me off. So I was quite lucky because I had a lot of, around me, but actually didn't influence me or convince me, but instead turned me away from it. So I was quite lucky in that sense.
That's in TerraVision reducing prices multiple times during the sale. Did TerraVision had a sale?
Yeah, they had a Halloween sale, and they keep changing the prices. And so, okay, let's talk about this. Right, let's bring this up. So Alex bought a whole load of stuff off him, like a muppet.
Okay.
Right. And after ages of me going, "Don't do it, Alex! Don't do it!" he did it, and he's been waiting 3 weeks so far for them to ship. And during that time, they've reduced prices. Ridiculous. And it's all old stuff. It's not new stuff. It's like old stock. So it's not like he's waiting for something to come in. But it's taken 3 weeks so far. I was going to say 3 months then. 3 weeks so far for them to ship his stuff.
Well, with the Imprint sale, they did put on there that wait 4 weeks after the sale because that's as long as it's going to take us. Now, Imprint's website crashed. There's so many people on the website.
TerraVision, Black Glove, TerraVision still owe me my subscription stuff from 2 months ago. And I'm a subscriber. So I'm like, I'll just wait till the end of November and see what I get. Like the sequel title, I don't even know what that is yet. Gator Bait, I don't even know if I'll even get it by the end of the year.
It's hard. I mean, like they started out like promising a lot early on. Maybe a bit too much. Maybe there's when the bell should ring. Is when a company promises like too much, it's almost impossible to deliver on that promise, especially when they're a young company. And you know, I'm not saying anything like that's not saying anything bad. It's being honest.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't like putting them down. You know,
not
people
me
might
either.
think
I
I
mean,
do, but I don't.
you know, I got like, and I have some personal beefs behind the scenes, which is me. It's my own like thing, my own hang up, which I don't like to put on here. But I like some of the stuff that they're putting out, but not a lot of it is ringing for me.
No.
But that's just because it's not my stuff. It's not my style. It's
No.
like when a lot of the Asian stuff came out, I didn't know, like I wasn't like so much into it. Like my better half was more into the early stuff, the Shaw Brothers stuff. Like she watched a lot of this stuff, so she knows a lot more about
Yeah.
this stuff. She'd be more on your level when it comes to that stuff, Malcolm. But for
Who?
me, Hind like grew up with that stuff. Like sure, watching all that stuff.
Come on,
But
boy, let's vote. Let's do a poll right now. Kick Aaron off. Get Hind on, right? And well, to me and her can talk about the film Dirty Ho together.
see, now there you're going to get Hind to slap you down, because if anybody does not like being on camera, she would be mad at you for that. By the way, because she doesn't like being on camera. This is not her thing. No seriousness, like Donna, right? She's
It's like Donna. Donna doesn't like it either, so I completely relate.
But I would say, I mean, like, but once Shout started talking like John Woo and the Golden Princess stuff and like that type of stuff, that's my jam. Like that's the stuff that I was watching more of. I like the gun fu. I like the
Well, that's the
aggressive-
stuff that was always around, wasn't it? On like DVD, but you were lucky enough if you could find it in the stores.
Well, I
on
mean,
DVD.
here's the thing. I saw a lot of the Shaw stuff and a lot of the earlier stuff because I used to go to a theater that used to show that stuff, but not all of it stuck with me, right? Like it stuck with
Yeah,
you.
of course.
Like you know, it became more intrinsic with you. Whereas for me, Canadian too, like a lot of certain other films like hit me. Like there's a movie called The Rowdy Man. It's shot in Newfoundland. Gordon Pinson, he became a big actor later. Like that hits for me. Like that would be a massive release for me, but I know that a lot of people would know what the hell it was, or wouldn't like it wouldn't hit with them the same way. Or like Going Down the Road, which is for me, it's a fantastic film. Like it's these two people from Atlantic Canada that go to the mainland, go to Toronto to kind of find their like seek their fortune. And I'm from Newfoundland, and a lot of people that I knew growing up, that was their dreams. Like you leave, I lived in small fishing villages. You leave the village, you're going to go to Toronto, you're going to go to Alberta, you're going to make a lot of money, and then you're going to do really good, and like you're going to come home every once in a while, and you know show people how good you did. And the reality of the thing is like that's not always the case, and like a lot of the times it's not the case. So things like that like just intrinsically worked for me. So a lot of like drama. That's where I kind of found myself like gravitating towards.
Well,
like
you know, that's like me with Rise of the Foot Soldier. You know, I relate to it because that was what life was like in Essex. It was hard, it was rough, you know, it was all about the hard times. And each one as they come out becomes more and more realistic and believable to how life is there.
it's like EastEnders.
Yeah, basically. You know, I tell you a movie that stuck with me to go with what you were saying.
Yeah.
It is Once Were Warriors. That stuck with me as a kid. I had a choice to pick that or Twin Dragons, the Jackie Chan movie, up on VHS back in the store days, you know. I picked Once Were Warriors up, and to this day, that movie's always been one of my favourite movies because it's such an incredible film. And I think so many people who haven't seen that need to see it. Yeah, shouldn't. I wouldn't. Order from them again, to be honest. It's not that I want to talk bad about television. I would have more respect for them if in their streams they didn't call people the C word. and say that everybody was a thing for content about orders, and people wouldn't be contacting you about orders if you were letting people know what was happening more often, and they weren't taking like 2 to 3 weeks to respond to the emails. And
I,
I know that they were small. I know they're small, and I know they said they've only got 3 people. Well, if you can open museums and you can open other stores, then you can hire more staff to help in the customer service department, because that's where you're lacking at the minute. If movements are coming in late, fair dues. That's not their fault, because they've got to be quality checked and they can't just be released. I've got no problem with that. What my problem is the fact that I feel like they blame the customers for the lack of the good customer service that they should have, and to me, that's the problem.
so you think like basically these, and like on the customer service on the front of it is where like they're lacking. Like I mean, like a
Yeah, I
lot of
think
people
that's
say
where
that
lacking.
with with Arrow recently when they got bought up by partially by Zavvi, that
Yeah,
their customer service went downhill.
yeah,
And for me, for a
basically, yeah.
boutique label, especially if you're coming up, I mean,
The customer
Arrow
service
can
is important.
Arrow can afford to bite it a bit, but after a
Yeah.
while they'll bite you in the ass. Karma's a bitch, man. But when you're when you're coming up and you're doing your stuff, bots. I wouldn't be surprised actually. It's important. Like it's why Vinegar Syndrome, when they initially came out, did really well.
Yeah,
It wasn't
because
because
they
Vinegar
have
Syndrome was
fantastic
the best
customer
title.
service.
Their customer service at the time was incredible.
I mean, they
And
still
as
did to what, a year ago?
I mean, I don't think there's anything super wrong with Vinegar Syndrome's customer service. I mean, like it's just for me, it's just there's more titles, there's less titles that I just want to pick up. That's me, right? But I think they're still pretty good with that. I think that's why people will defend Vinegar Syndrome like over other companies, because when people have like experiences with them, they're having like good front end experiences.
I tell
And front end
you,
experience is amazing, because if you don't have a good front end experience, it stops right
yeah.
there. I've worked in a lot of businesses, and if they're not having good experiences right out of the gate, then you're more like to tell other people, okay, yeah, no, I went with that company, I'm not going to buy anything again, don't buy it from them. And word of mouth is important for this type of stuff.
Yeah. Agents is the golden standard right now, for sure, for a new company. I mean, whenever I've had issues like discounts and that, they've always fulfilled it. They've always
Right.
fulfilled it. They've always given me a thing. But then I've been a subscriber from the beginning, so I've got a little bit of I guess a little bit of leeway of that. But if I make a mistake in that aspect, because they're very good like that.
I feel Umbrella's been good. I feel Imprint's been good. I feel like companies like this are they're doing, when as soon as Imprint said, okay, oh shit, our Halloween thing is going to be late. Like I knew right away. I had a coupon right away. Coupon worked during a sale, during the biggest sale of the
It
year.
was a bit of a
did not
cheap
expect
coupon. I still think they should give them 25% off discount code instead of 10.
no. I mean, like as a business,
Maybe
that's
50. Maybe
not feasible.
50.
It's not feasible. Oh yes,
Radiance did.
excellent.
Radiance gave me
Scalpels.
90% off every release when they messed up.
No, they didn't. Radiance didn't even give me a free fucking title, man. I like them though. I really do. I think the stuff that coming out more recently is really good, and it's hitting more for me. I can see me buying a lot more Radiance in the future.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Scalpel, love Scalpel stuff. Now the next year, Imprint and the Hong Kong Cinema Classics, along with Hammer, that's probably my focus. I tend to focus, and okay, I'm gonna buy a bunch of this. So I took a year and a half, maybe 2 years, I think, when I said, okay, I want to get some TV stuff. I'm going to buy TV stuff. And when I said that, for those years, I missed out a lot of like other releases, but I was buying TV stuff. And because of that, I got a nice TV collection.
That's true.
I think that's important. Like not everybody can do that. A lot of people can like, I'm going to pick from all these different things. I'm a little, maybe I'm OCD or something, but when I decide on something, like I get kind of laser focused on it.
Yeah.
When Vinegar Syndrome, I'm like, okay, this is my year of WTF movies. I'm going to pick up like WTF films. And I got into Vinegar Syndrome, and that happened. And that kind of, I got a nice collection of Vinegar Syndrome.
But you didn't buy WTF the movie. The horror movie that came on DVD with Sean C. Phillips. That was called what, WTF? So you wanted the WTF movies, but you didn't buy that one.
Oh man. No,
Oh, you missed the
no.
greatest one of all time.
Well, did you see the witchcraft set? Like the hype the witchcraft set that was coming out, but it's the later witchcraft films,
Uh, so
like
it's the
10 or 12
Sterling
of me.
ones.
Yeah.
Oh
And
god.
I thought,
When's
oh,
that
they're putting all
coming
the
out?
witchcraft movies in. It's out now. It's not
What,
like let me check.
who released it?
Because I was like, I thought it was Sterling. Because
So it's one of those special boxes as if he signs.
uh, like because he kept talking about it, and I'm like, because I think David Putt's had some nice stuff, and he's an interesting character, that's for sure.
You really liked the Meat or Massacre movies, didn't you?
I haven't seen them. I
Really?
haven't seen one of them. No, I think I saw a video. Like, here's the truth. I've seen all the most of the what's the name of the Camp Blood stuff, but
Hmm.
I don't think I've seen one Meat Massacre. I think I've seen videos about them,
Yeah.
but I have not seen them. Yes,
There's,
Witchcraft 10 through 16, I think.
oh, how much is that then?
No, it's coming out next week. Okay, it's coming next week, I think.
Oh,
Here's so when was this one come out? So that was October 30th. No, it's got to be this week. I know I saw it there somewhere, but I can't remember where it is now. Like, it was there somewhere.
the only Camp Blood I really want to say is the animated one.
That one I haven't
That's
seen.
the
I
only
haven't
one.
seen that. I'll be honest.
That's the only one I want to see because it looks interesting in a kind of weird way.
Plain it.
David Sterling
Yeah.
Collection is going to be out next year via Plain Archive. You've heard it here first, guys. Plain
There
Archive
we go.
next year are going to be releasing the David Sterling Collection in the plain boring archive section because it's boring in the archives. Because it won't be the good films. It'll be like Meat or Massacre and all that.
I love that, like,
Because
Triple Click Scalpel, because I'm such a big fan of that film.
Scrabble's actually a good film. Actually, I need to buy that eventually on disc.
Now, that's one that, like, Hin picked me up for Christmas one year. Not one I asked for, but she was at, like, Sunrise. She picked up a bunch of, like, releases. That was one of the ones I was, like, super stoked.
No English
Because always the
subtitles.
titles. No English subtitles.
No.
Yeah, no. You need them for, like, some
You
of
need it for
those.
that. So you need it for David Sterling's conversation skills at the end on the interview.
Did you ever see? I'm sure you have. The what's the name with the knife? The like arrow put out, and another company put a slasher put out.
Oh, you're talking about I know what you're talking about, the knife on the cover.
Yeah. Jesus, you got
Bloody
it.
knife or something like that, isn't it? Something like that. Dark knife.
Like, shit. Like, me and him watched it a few times. But what's hilarious is there's an interview at the end of it with the director, and I
I
don't know
did.
if it's like his mom or like his wife or whatever, but it's such a weird interview.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like hilarious though. And I'm like, oh, this is the best. And like, because the movie's crazy. Like, because they go up to this cabin, and all of a sudden this gnome or creature or something that comes, like, slaughters
It wasn't
everybody.
prom night because prom night. It's not. It wasn't prom night.
And then it's all a
Yeah.
dream because they want to
It's
get the
weird,
kills
isn't
in.
it?
It's a weird film. Like, it starts out
It's
with like
such a
a
weird film.
bank robbery, and but I love the movie. It's like one of those. I'm like, oh my god, this is like this is my
It's one of
favorite
those
movie.
trips where you feel like if you went to a drive-in and saw it, you'd be thinking about it all night.
Oh, me and him were like, we gotta watch this movie. We gotta show other people.
Alex, Kevin showed that in the Discord, that Cure. It was a beautiful set, actually wonderful, probably the ultimate set of Cure. But the fact it had no subtitles is all because of rights and everything, and they weren't allowed to do it. Thanks to Kevin telling me that, because he said, and that's apparently
Yeah.
why Eureka did their 4K of it.
Like, some
So
people, like,
credit to Kevin
what
for
happened?
telling me that.
There's some like cutthroat things like goes on in the background for with a lot of that stuff.
But going back
See
to
that?
that film is such a surreal. It's it feels like. It feels more like you're in a dream. It feels more like you're in the dream.
I think City of Fire should have like lenticular. I think that would be kind of cool.
I think Chinese Ghost Story should have a lenticular of them dancing.
We're at a weird point where all these movies like weren't coming out. Like, let's be honest, the Golden Princess stuff seemed less likely to come out than the fucking Halloween and Friday 13th films. Like, it was insane. Like, the story behind Golden Princess and like the ability for those to come out, it was nuts. Like it didn't seem like
I
it was
have to
ever.
wonder though. I have to wonder how many people bought them because they wanted them, and how many bought them because they wanted to resell them.
If people bought the Golden Princess stuff to resell them, that's a bad move. Like because it's being put out by different companies, like through different like markets. And I'm sure some like for the first couple, especially when the Scream Factory, Shout Factory, you know, the thing, are they going to close down thing? That some people started doing that. But I think that now that we all know,
Oh, Ghost Shark, another Sean C. Phillips movie.
is it?
Yeah,
You've seen way more Sean C. Phillips movies than I have, man.
I haven't actually. Alex, he had them on. He used to show them to me when he was like 13.
Snake Commander, Dreamscape, Game of Nightmares.
So you know, I think I mentioned them before. Legends collections based out of Italy will also be releasing the Golden Princess titles.
Exactly. Like there's so many nice ones, like Keith mentioned there, like so many nice companies putting out that stuff. It's just easy for me if I'm in Canada, they're around to pick them up, like the Shout Factory editions. I like the way they look. Like now, that being said, Imprint, you know, they rock some of those titles. I'll probably grab some of those there.
You're not going to get the steelbook versions, are you?
I don't care. Like, no, I'm not. No, let me get wrong. I like steelbooks. Like, I'm more of a steelbook guy than you are. That's that's for certain. But I don't need steelbook for everything. And like for me, it's like I got the Halloween steelbooks because like end of the day, like people like say, I can't believe you spend like all that money on Halloween. Are you fucking serious? Like, do you know me? Do you watch my channel? Do you hear me talk? Like Arrow recently, like they got Halloween, and there may be other Halloween like coming out. If there's features,
you're gonna buy the Arrow versions when they release them as well.
If there's features that I don't have, yes, I like them. I like that. I make no bones about it. Like no excuses. If stuff comes out that I like and there's features that I don't have, I don't mind double dipping.
That's
collection.
Ghost Shark. It's an under the radar movie, Alan. That's under the radar, and WTF with him in is also under the radar because Aaron missed that during his WTF days of collecting.
And there you go. Like say the Bava box set of pre-order that plus $200 is worth it to me. Yeah, I mean, like people bitch spit that said, oh, well, they're not 4K or this 4K is coming out. We do not buy it. I mean, there's lots of choices, and I know like, and people have the right to bitch as much as you want to. Let me just put that out there too. But people also have the right to be excited about something, and I think we're losing that. I mean, like, anytime something comes out, like I was excited about the Halloween set. Like, you know, sure it costs a lot of money. It's not cheap. Nobody ever said it was. I never went on and said, thank God this is the cheapest version of Halloween that's out there. And it's the only version. But I was excited to buy that edition, right? But the amount of people that went on and just like bitched and complained. Same with the Bab said. The amount of people that went on bitched and complained. And I just want to be able to like something and be able to like positively talk about something without somebody saying, well, no, you shill for that, or like, oh, I can't believe you like that. No, because different people like different things. And it's okay. Like you and Kevin will be super excited about like a new like Asian cinema release that you really like coming out like from Japan or from a more of a mainstream company, from 88 Films, from Shout, and like the new ones that are coming out. And I like a lot of like Black Gloves right there, right? Jello, like Bava, you know, it's gonna be its jam, right? And there's gonna be people. I love Halloween. I grew up with that type of stuff. From 1 to 5, that's my high school years, right? That's my elementary and high school years. That's what I was watching. So, like, why doesn't it have the rest of them? I don't give a shit. Like, I got the rest of them. If they come out later on, well, would I buy a second set? Yes, I would. But my primary Halloween films, and I do like the DGG stuff, it's always going to be the first 5. It's always going to be those first.
I'm excited for that. Don't forget Bamwell. There we go. Annabelle Karen. That's an underrated movie. I watched that, and I can tell you right now, that's a 5-star movie that everybody needs to watch.
I got all these rants, man. I rant more now.
Well, you know, I think you're right. In a lot of ways, I think you're right. Do I think the Halloween set was overpriced? In Australian standards, it's a bit like Canadian pricing. What I mean by that is, for me, over here, if I look at a Canadian price, it's going to be a lot more than what it would be here. So immediately I'm going to look at that price and go, God, that's a lot of money. But if you break down that set by English money, it's like £280, which isn't bad if you didn't have the 4Ks to start with, right?
Yeah, and then
If you do
put in
have the
like
4Ks and you want them, right? Again, because they've got different stuff on them, and you're a
yeah,
collector, then that's your choice because you're a collector, right? You want that. It's like me. If I got, it's like me. Prime example: Jackie Chan movies. I got Dragon Fist and all that cheap, well, on Blu-ray, and then I bought the 4Ks as they came out, right? Practically full price. Were they overpriced? Father Pill, yeah, because they probably had the Blu-rays, but I bought them. Like you said, it's the same for everybody, just with different things. It happened to
yeah,
Alex. He did a Kickstarter for a really crappy kind of um, 3-pack horror series that had like a head on it, but looked like the thing from Stage Fright. Right? He was excited. He showed me all the pictures. He showed me the trailers. He was like, "This is going to be the greatest horror series of all time." Right? True story. And then he got him in the post. He went, "What is this shit?" Right? And he went mental and started throwing it everywhere because he was upset. You don't know, do you? You know, but it's because he thought it was going to be like Stage Fright, and it wasn't. It was just a guy running around looking like an owl, right, in empty buildings,
I
right,
would.
in 3 movies.
I'm a massive stage fan, so I'd probably, if I knew about that, I probably would have fell
Well, there
for
you
the
go then.
same thing, right?
Exactly.
And
But
that's the thing. I
you
mean,
know,
like, let people find their journey, man. Let people like
yeah,
enjoy that journey. Because when we like down on stuff like that, we down on each other because like we have fun with that stuff. We joke. Like people think we get upset. Like when I muted like Malcolm and stuff like that. That wasn't serious. uh, but it's we when you know when people know each other a lot and they just
yeah,
they play around. That's what we do.
they don't.
But when it comes to like, I hate I feel that that some people take it as a badge of honor to like just crap on stuff.
Yeah, I think it's awful. I think
Yeah,
there's fun banter.
yeah,
And then there's just been, just crap. All the Tears, it was called. But yeah, there's fun banter. I'm always going to feel like that Halloween set was a lot of money, and that main reason for me
it
for
was
that
actually.
isn't actually the fact that it's not a good set. It looks lovely. It's the fact that I had the Shout Factory set. So to me, immediately, I'm going to be like, it's not for me. But I'm not a massive, massive Halloween fan. I'm only really a fan of the first two movies, really. I enjoy the others, if I was a big, big fan and I saw that, I'd have to have it.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
like when you saw them, like the steel books and the way that they looked, and like
they're
because
beautiful.
a lot of people jumped on that. I like Nightmare on Elm Street, but a lot of people like were jumping on the Nightmare on Elm Street right away, and I was like, I can probably wait on that. But
Yeah, I
and I love
personally
it.
thought that I personally thought Nightmare on Elm Street set. I love the sweater look on out of box. I
That's
love
cool. Yeah.
that. I thought the steel books were fairly basic.
I
And
was glad. I mean, like what? Like it's like a lot of people bitched on the and this one I'll talk about in the James Bond when they put those Sean Connery James Bond on Steel. People are like complaining, and it's like I kind of like to do
but
that
it's
they did.
different.
Yeah, and it's not. I find that some stuff is too busy. It's just too. I
Yeah.
appreciate the more like the poster or the still stuff, the basic stuff. What I find that things get a little bit busy. I usually really like there's a and I still like his art, the dude's eyes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I do think that like that style, especially on the wrong person, can be really like really busy. Like
True.
it's you got to be really, you know.
When you look at
Top-
these Marvel ones now, they're so busy with it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, 3D and 4K. I mean, you'll get them eventually. Paramount's. Um, I think we'll like I'll let you know because Paramount's one of the companies that I do get some stuff from every once in a while. Um, so
That's
hopefully I'll know
second.
ahead of time for their stuff. But it all depends on where like if it's going to be US based and that too, because some things are like are hit like that. One of my more recent things that I got come was Coyotes, which I am so want to see because I've heard such great stuff about that film.
Nice.
Like
Very
Justin Long, I
nice.
like Justin Long, and so like and Kate Bosworth. So
Underrated actor.
100%. I mean, like one of his best roles though is like Zack and Miri make a porno.
Yeah, I love that.
Uh,
He's great in that.
yeah, at
He's
that
such an
the
underrated
like the
actor.
high
So
school
great
reunion.
though. I really feel like that's the guy that's been acting for so long and he's under the radar. Really, I mean,
Barbarian. I think Barbarian shined the light on him. That was so nice to see.
yeah. Barbarian was actually a surprise hit for me. I liked that movie more than I thought I was gonna.
I got a fun story about that. And that actually, I decided to watch Barbarian one day. I was home here, and it was like early on, when the when our maid was over, and I'd started to watch another film. What's it, Honey? The one with Florence Pugh. And there's like a scene at the beginning of it.
Oh, oh, what's it called? Honey, and it's that what do you call it one? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I
It's
turned that off
Honey
so
and
fucking fast. I turned that off so fast. Like, what the hell is like this lady going to think of me? Like, this is like, see, I haven't turned anything off so fast in my life. Luckily, like the lady was not in the room, so that was good. But I put on like Barbarian, which was a much better
Yeah.
option actually.
That's
'Cause I'm not
ridiculous.
looking-
That Amazon's reissuing WSM with all cover art with guns removed on Blu-ray and DVD cover art. That's stupid.
Are they?
I
Is
mean,
that actually like? Did they actually
that
do
is
that?
true. That is true. I
That's true.
watched a couple of reviews, conversations about on YouTube from a few big Bond fans, and yeah, they were talking about them moving the guns. It's such a stupid thing because the gun's iconic.
Yeah, well, that and because like I get why, but it's the wrong thing. I understand like that there's I don't want to get political or anything like that. There's a part of the world now where that's a big freaking issue. But that's performative. That doesn't, in my opinion,
Why don't
it's
they?
doesn't
Why
help
don't
anything.
why don't they change them to water pistols on the cover?
It's a movie series, Malcolm, where the main character literally walks into the gun barrel and shoots. You can't get away from
Exactly. Exactly. Stupid.
and like it's not stuff like that. Like, oh look, we've taken the gun off, so that does jack. Sorry.
It's
Uh,
another one of those things where it just feels like you like. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a big person for believes in censoring things, right? But there are things within reason you censor, right? Obviously. But saying like that, it doesn't need to be censored because it's always been there.
See this, which was a big deal at the time. Like, and I saw ET in the theater. Like, it changed the context, but less so because ET is a kids movie. So so that didn't bother me.
Change the A with an A, and it's correct.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
Amazon
like,
owns MGM now. That was one of the worst things in history.
well, look at the first thing. The first, well, they said, okay, they bought like the Bond films, and they're like, what's the first thing they did? What's the first thing they did, Malcolm? Do
They
you
made
remember
that
the first
bloody
thing they did?
show, didn't they?
Yes, they did a fucking reality show, a game show. Oh, that's what. Yeah, all the Spawn fans were waiting for that, and I haven't seen episode jack of that. I have no interest in it.
Well, you know, they reckon that there could be a TV series coming out with an old Piers Brosnan as Bond, but I can't imagine that happening with him doing Mobland.
I don't think it'll happen. I mean, like that was more one of those rumored things that came out. Like,
I'm praying for Warner Brothers never sells because Warner Brothers, I'm going to be so sad when they're gone.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that they're going to sell to who people think they're going to sell to. I don't think we're going to get like Paramount's not buying Warner Brothers.
Except
Like,
it's not Netflix.
I don't know. I hope it's not Netflix. I hope they don't sell.
Like, can you buy them out?
I wish, but I know right now the Superman film saved their asses this year. These between the movie and the merchandise, like that saved them this year. A lot of people are going to hate that, but I'm sorry, guys. Superman kind of did well, despite what some people wanted to think. And the merchandising for movies like that, that's money. Like merchandise for movies, for those that's where they make the money out.
Isn't the Supergirl movie coming out next year?
Yeah, that's going to be really good, actually. I know the
Gun
story.
may be gone from Warner Brothers. Yeah, I noticed that. A lot of people saying that Gun's going to get kicked out, don't they?
I think no. I mean, when you think about it like this, okay, there's only some people the people that are putting across the narrative the Gun's going to be kicked out are the same people
Haters.
that the same people that thought, okay, oh, Gunn can't make a Superman movie or can't do this. They just didn't like the fact that somebody else was making a movie and Henry Cavill was going to be in it. And I watched all those films. I enjoyed, but the thing is, like, Gunn is the guy that's making the money, whether it's Peacemaker, whether it's Creature Commandos, whether it's Superman. He's making the money. So to think that they're going to get rid of the one person in their company right now that's garnered good faith
Yeah.
at a time when it wasn't there. Like these movies were not doing well at the end. Like these movies were going down. Like no matter if I liked them or somebody else liked them, they weren't doing good. There was diminishing returns as it was going through with the DC EU.
Yeah.
So that when Superman came out, normally would have done a lot better. I think it did great for what it did, but it had to go in with so much, like, the fight off not just superhero fatigue, but fight off the fatigue and the loss of good faith that it had in the back end, going in after the
Well,
Flash, and after that type of stuff. I mean, like,
yeah.
that was an uphill battle. So the fact that
I
he
didn't
made
mind the Flash.
it was okay. I wish I liked it more.
I saw
Obviously
that in the cinema.
the actor was problematic. He's a bit, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's like allegedly.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because it's an actor that's representing like a portion of society that does not need the bad
Are you talking
publicity.
about what I'm thinking you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, like the star.
Yeah.
That it's like but I think, yeah, James Gunn is the one right now, only one right now I like that's making something of Warner Brothers that's doing stuff. Ezra Miller, there you go. I like,
Oh no, I knew what you were talking about, but I meant when you said a certain part of
well, yeah, I'm like he I don't want to get into that, but like it's like, he has like, when you like promote yourself as being okay, like, community and like leader of this
because I
community.
wondered and I wasn't sure, but I'm guessing what you're saying it means yeah.
But it's like Corn Sweat like had to wear a ball cap. I didn't see that actually in any of the scenes.
Do you know the best Superman ever was?
For me,
Right? No, in total, the best Superman ever. Nobody can ever question this because everybody's going to agree. All right, it was George Reeves.
I love George
The way he
Reeves.
came through those brick walls and everything, best.
For me, it's like, and I have the bias of growing up with them. It's Chris Reeves
Of
because
course it is. It's the only one that really stands out when you think about it. Christopher
and
Reeves, to me, was everything of that.
because like Chris Reeves as an actor that played Superman, but he in his real life, as things happened, he epitomized that role.
He did. He
When
did.
things got frigging hard that would break even the best of men, he was Superman for people. And that is amazing. I can't.
It's like
I
Batman.
like Henry Cavill as a geek because he's one of us, as the best looking geek out there, right? Let's be honest. And he looks like a Superman would look if I saw Superman in person. Like, think if he was real.
Yeah.
But I think Corn Sweat epitomizes it. Like, without even trying. Like, he legitimately, like, okay, yeah, that's how I see him acting. Like, not only Superman, but Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Like, he is Clark. And Henry Cavill's great. He was never Clark Kent. There was never a second on that screen where I felt Clark Kent was ever on that screen. It was Superman in a suit.
All right, the best Batman was the one from the TV serials back in the 30s. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I got those there somewhere. They're not. They're of their time. They're fun. It's like I like when I was growing up. I watched the Adam West Batman series, and when they said that like Michael Keaton was going to be Batman, I was one of the few people, and I'll tell you, there was a lot of people back then that would say, yeah, okay, I was on the board, because a lot of people weren't. Like, people will say afterwards too, like, because when social media wasn't there, like to capture that. Now, that being said, when Batman v Superman was coming out, and they said that Ben Affleck was going to be Batman, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I can see that.
Hey, Gino.
Hey, Gino, welcome, man.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Ben Affleck would be great as Batman, but sadly he wasn't.
I think he did it the
He
best
did
that
a
he
good
could. But
job, but he wasn't Batman material.
I,
You
I, I
know,
think I think the material wasn't Batman material. Uh,
probably right on that one.
it,
Yeah,
it it felt like the person had seen and read The Dark Knight Returns, and read nothing else, and thought that was Batman. When, although The Dark Knight Returns is a fantastic standalone, because fuck the other ones, Batman's story, dystopian story, it's still a dystopian story, and it's not really Batman.
yeah,
It's Batman like Elseworlds, Batman What If, with that, that type of thing. Uh, if you want to see the Batman, like it's been different ones, but go look at the Danny O'Neill one, like that era type of stuff, and look at some of the stuff that Adam Miller did, who really kind of caught
yeah.
that aspect of that character more so. It's like when you're looking at Superman, like John Byrne, like did a
I
great
agree with
job.
you, Kubrick. Yeah,
Christian Bale is your favorite Batman? I mean, he's my. Can I
I've,
be honest? I'm like Hin loves him. Hin loves Christian Bale's Batman movies. We got him. We got him in 4K. We got a big set of them, and Christian Bale's my least favorite part of
yeah,
every one of
I
those
agree.
movies. I think he's like,
So he's like this. Oh, Batman! Hell, there's still jokes being made about on YouTube. That's the crazy thing.
like, it's like, the
Yeah,
good, good Batman. That guy that plays like the bad man character. What's his name? Pete Holmes. Oh my
yeah,
god, those are freaking hilarious, man.
they're hilarious, aren't they?
I love it.
That's
Like
that's that's
so
him
many times.
as well.
Oh, John Byrne. Yes, he like him. Like he did stuff with George Perez as well. Perez like Run a Wonder Woman is like just iconic. For those that don't know or are new here, I'm a comic geek, and if it wasn't for comics, I probably wouldn't have got into like comics is a visual medium that got me started and all this stuff, and then it was like movies. Uh,
Hey, I said that earlier, Gino. I said Jules Reeves was the best. And Sully eventually broke him of some episodes of the series on these old Columbia House types.
I still have some of those actually. I got the DVDs now for those. Like great stuff, especially the early stuff. You know what's really cool? Do you remember like the Superbike series?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh man, I enjoyed that. The first season is very George Reeves, right?
Yeah.
And then 2, 3, and 4 is very much comic book.
It's very
Yeah,
weird
2
because
volumes of Man of Steel.
I didn't know of Superboy until I went to America because
Oh,
I'd
really?
never heard of it over here ever.
I was syndicated, so it didn't it didn't play in a lot of markets.
Yeah, so I
It's
only
like
found
the
out
Swamp
about
Thing
when I
TV
was
series.
I think I was in half price books of Best Buy when I saw it on the shelf.
Or when that was when the first movie came out. They put the first one out on like first
Yeah, you
season
know,
on
like the
Blu-ray,
DVD
sorry, on
sets.
DVD. Yeah, but then you had to go to Warner Archives later on to get the seasons 2, 3, and 4.
Crazy.
But yeah, it was different. It was the last thing the Salkins did before they ended up like losing the rights to Superman.
Sad, isn't it?
Because Superman 4 was like, for most people, like it's not a good movie. Superman 4 to me is a movie that I watched with my dad early on. So I've always have good
Very
memories of
comic
Superman.
booky, to be fair. Number 4 is very comic booky.
And so
You
cut
know,
out
with the
too. I mean,
colours.
like there's a whole nuclear man story that's cut out of
Can we talk Sherlock Holmes? I will say to my death, even if I've seen other actors portray him, but to me, Ronald Howard in the 1954 TV series is the best and my personal favourite.
like I'll be honest. Do you want to give your opinion first? Or you want to go?
Sure. My
Okay.
two, and this is probably because I grew up with them, will always be Basil Rathbone and Jeremy Brett.
So for me, I kind of grew up with Ronald Howard a bit because it would come on CBC in the afternoons. And it would come on right after it would come on to Charlie Chaplin short for half an hour. But that being said, I also grew up reading the stories. My mom got me the massive Doubleday book set of all the Sherlock Holmes stories and novels and like all this type of writing on it. Jeremy Brett is hands down like he's Holmes, and he gets it in a way that nobody gets. Nobody else gets it. It does certain aspects of Holmes, and I do like Ronald Howard. I do like that series. That was fun, and it was of its time. And I still think it's good and it stands up. I still think it stands the test of time. So when people say that they really like Ronald Howard, I completely get it. I think he's great. But there's something that Jeremy Brett gets that
Yeah.
later portrayals didn't get, that Benedict Cumberbatch couldn't do, that
Yeah.
Johnny Miller couldn't do, is
Yeah.
that there's a joy in Holmes's mind palace and what he does and how he does it that is portrayed in latter series as almost sociopathic and melancholy. And it's wrong, because nowhere in the Sherlock Holmes texts or anything like that as Sherlock Holmes being this like unfeeling sociopath. That's reading a lot into the text. And Ron Howard didn't do that, so that's not not Ron Howard. But Brett got it in a unique way, in the same way that I think David Suchet was able to get Perot, and that he truly
Good
kind of
point.
like went into the into the inner workings of the, like somebody that truly loved the stories.
Yeah, lived and breathed it.
And Brett did the best he could, and like Brett was sick later on playing Holmes in latter ones. You can see it if you really look, that he was actually under the weather, and he really tried to get all of them done as best as he could, to the point where they would have to like meld a couple stories together, sometimes in one, to try and get as many of the Holmes stories adapted as possible before he got too sick, before he passed away. There were still ones that he wasn't able to do, and I think Ronald Howard is definitely a better choice than Robert Downey Jr. But he's a good TV Holmes, but Brett is Holmes. Like I think pretty much like if you ask anybody when it comes to Holmes, like, but everybody's got their own. Like everybody's got their own Superman, everybody's got their own James Bond, depending on when you came in. For Hinge James Bond is Roger Moore. She likes the lighterness of Roger Moore. She likes the way that he does the role, that he's not as mean or as vicious as
the cheeky side of him, does she?
She does. She loves the cheeky side of him. She loves that Roger Moore really is kind of, in a way, playing the saint as Bond.
Yeah.
Whereas some people, like Bond enthusiasts that have read the books and stuff, are going to say, well, Roger Moore's much closer to what it is.
It was the original choice, wasn't he, originally?
No, David Niven was.
That's not true.
Yeah. Like
they said over it was different, they said.
When he was writing the character of Bond, David Niven was who he had in mind. That's who he.
But the original cast they wanted for it was that, apparently.
But yeah, when Cubby Broccoli was doing it, like Roger Moore was one of the thoughts, actually. It was one of the original choices. So it was like Sean Connery. Oh yeah, no, yeah, definitely. But and he probably would have been a good choice back then. I heard you wrong, so
okay.
so I apologize. But no, like when it came to like Ian Fleming's choice was David Niven. That's who we wanted. And of course, David Niven would kind of play him in Casino Royale, which is kind of satire.
It does make you wonder, then, what David Niven would have been like if he'd have, done it seriously.
Dalton, probably.
If
Dalton.
it would have been like that,
a little bit more like Dalton, because Niven could do it. It's like what is it?
Cary Grant was thought to be Bond at one point, but there was a reason. But I watched a documentary about Cary Grant, and I think it was that I can't remember what the exact reason was, but there was a reason behind why he wasn't doing it. I think it's because he was very.
There's a whole bunch of like if you want to get in the Cary Grant train on that, there's a whole bunch of stuff that Cary Grant was reportedly supposed to do that either he refused to do or that his agent stopped him from doing. The Hammer's, Phantom of the Opera, perfect example of that.
I can imagine Cary Grant would have possibly said no because he was such a big star. But it's probably going to be around. You got to think, when you look at the other films he did, he was getting quite a bit older at the time.
And I think Cary Grant would have been priced out. Like, to be honest, as much as they want to say, well, would we use Cary Grant? He wouldn't price too high for that.
You're probably right, actually, about that. No, that might be part of the reason why he did refuse. They
would have to go like they took Sean Connery, and Sean Connery was a risk. You guys, when Sean Connery was a song and dance man, much in the way that that when you got Wolverine in the X-Men films, Hugh Jackman was a song and dance man. He was a musical guy. Sean Connery was a musical guy.
I'm probably gonna get flack here. Was Ian Bond before or after Marnie?
Before Marnie.
Yeah, I thought so.
I
just wasn't sure.
No, yeah, that's probably my least favorite Hitchcock film, to be honest with you, Marnie.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad. It's not good though. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's not good.
It's kind of weird because Hitchcock has fantastic movies that stand out, and he has the ones that are not awful. They're just not. I found out the first Bond was an American on TV in the 50s. I think I found that
He called him
online
Jimmy
from
Bond.
another person.
Barry Newman.
Jimmy
played him.
Bond.
Barry Newman. It was for like an hour long thing. See, when they initially had the rights
Marnie.
to Bond, they wanted to. I don't know which Hitchcock film is bad. I don't think any of them are bad. I think Hitchcock is good enough that nothing is boring. Like some people say Family Plot. I don't mind Family Plot at all. Actually, it's of its time. I think it was fairly decent. But I think Marnie is like probably.
I think there's lower rated ones to higher rated ones.
Yeah,
where
and
if
I
you were
think there's
gonna
ones that are
watch it-
rated lower that should be higher.
Yeah. The one Aaron mentioned originally was Marnie when I asked about it.
All the yellow, right? All those yellow sequences in the film.
Yeah.
Like you do, but honestly, man, Marnie is one of the lower rated ones by a lot of people. That's like I like the one with God after Marnie. Come on, guys.
Torn Curtain.
No, I do like Torn Curtain, but it's the serial killer one, like the one with lovely.
Frenzy. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, like Frenzy got so much hate in the day, so much hate because it was too violent. It was too.
So did Psycho when it originally came out and all.
Well, Psycho and Frenzy. Well, Psycho was liked more, but Frenzy is a lot closer, I think, to what Hitchcock would like been doing.
Yeah.
Then
Frenzy's a masterpiece.
I mean, Torn Curtain's good. I mean, I like Torn Curtain. I don't think it's bad. Well, I think it's like objectively, like maybe a bit better than Marnie, like in my opinion. But like both have their spots, but they're not. Neither of them are top tier. Like when it comes to for me anyway. Like everybody's got their own.
I never forget watching Frenzy and seeing the strangling scenes as a kid.
That disturbed me as a kid. I stayed awake.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. But as an adult, I used to quote that all the time when I was going to my mum's. We used to always quote that bit. We go lovely, lovely.
It's one of those films that it's so well done, but it's one of those I kind of want to take a shower after.
Yeah.
So, success.
Because Peeping Tom's a bit like that as well.
Yeah, but I think Peeping Tom. Now, Peeping Tom literally killed the director's career, and it's such a shame because now it is seen as such a seminal masterpiece. But in the day,
take care, Black Glove.
Oh, have a great evening, man. I'm going to be ending up soon too, because I realize what time it is, and I don't want to lose all my streaming hours at the front end of the month because I looked for. I'm looking around because I got to be on a free streaming service, but some of these are just it's killer. Thank you for staying fine, Black Gloves. I mean, just like the hours that they give you and the length of time and like that. So it's like I'm trying to find the right one and trying to stay.
There's got to be a workaround, surely. There's got to be one.
Not that's been StreamYard is have upped the price and their price is insane. Like just for even the basic one, because it was decent. Like I could afford it, back then, when it was cheaper, like at $20. Like I could I could have said okay, I'll get a few more patrons and I can do it. But at close to $50, no.
Is that what it's at now?
Yeah. It's it's 40-ish American, so around $50 a month.
Yeah, it's not Canadian.
But a month, which is insane. But we're not talking $50 we're talking $40 American.
Oh. What's that? £32? That's a lot of money.
So I've looked at other things. I've looked at Zoom. And I said, okay, we're going to do video on Zoom. And then I realized, okay, you got to be at least go to Zoom Pro to do streams on Zoom as well. You can do a meeting on Zoom, and I've looked at all the other ones, but none is really kind of like hit me yet. And I'm still trying to learn on the back end some programming stuff to do, like like some of the OBS and stuff like that, which I know a lot of people use. But StreamYard is just, it's so convenient.
It's so
Uh,
easy as well.
Yeah, and it's like I'm learning a lot of other stuff on the back end stuff, where I'm like trying to up my editing. I'm trying to do more stuff to scrub into my videos. I'm trying to like do when it comes to some of my writing stuff and some of my presentation. That I can't afford to take on another thing. I'm learning Discord. I can't do one more.
Well, hopefully we'll figure something out.
Figure it out anyway. Yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for coming.
Hey, ending on a downer now.
No, I mean, like, we had a great night. I mean, we've talked for almost 3 hours long, and I really thank you for that. My cat jumped on my computer at one point, and it hit music for a couple of seconds. So if anybody's watching this later on and you want to like donate, appreciate it, because I'm going to get I'm going to lose the copyright on this one for sure. If you can't, you can't. It's close to Christmas, I understand. But if you can, appreciate it. If you can't, I'm just glad you enjoyed it. It's the most important part.
Take care, Kubrick. Thanks for coming, Alex.
Thanks. Have a wonderful evening, guys. And with that being said, I'm taking off my reading glasses, so I can't see anything else. I'm going to thank Malcolm for coming in. It's been a blast. And we will see you next time.
We'll see you soon, guys.